Hello, hello. So, after a couple of days, maybe even more than a couple of days of essentially talking about things that might be going wrong or things that I've been doing wrong in the past couple of weeks, I thought it was important to come on here and discuss some non scale victories, right? Because we got to have a couple of things. I mean, at least a couple of things that we can be celebratory of or happy about on this journey. If it's all misery and frustration and a lack of progress, and then when we make progress, we don't celebrate the progress, then we start to fall into potentially a perpetual cycle of victimhood. Yep, I said it. I said the V word, and not Venetian, not vain, not Vandy. The other V word of victim. All right. So we're going to get into some of my non-scale victories and some of the things that actually sparked me feeling the need to talk about this. Give me just a second. Okay, so one of the things that I've complained about the most, well, I don't know if it's the most, one of the things that I've complained about, definitely, without a doubt, is the way that my clothes fit. And I have been pretty much standing firm on the point that even though my clothes are fitting kind of big, not even kind of, like, there's certain things that just simply don't even fit anymore, and I'm still choosing to wear these clothing items instead of buying new clothes because I still have so much more progress to make. Hey Jen, good morning. Are you home from work yet? Think about a couple of your non-scale victories, Jen, and talk to me. I don't think we've covered that yet. I mean, we got into it a little bit yesterday and the day before, but there's a couple of things that sparked me wanting to actually make it into a topic. So I've been having a little bit of an issue with my clothes not fitting. Okay, you had last night off. Okay. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get into what I was eating yesterday. So um, I have pretty much been just allowing myself to live in my oversized clothing, even somewhat enjoying having clothes that fit a bit baggy. But I would say the past couple of days, it dawned on me like, okay, this is getting to the point of ridiculousness. Like, I'm talking about wearing sweatpants that as soon as I put a phone in my pocket, my sweatpants are falling off of my hips or falling off of my waist. Like, I got to pull them all the way up to dang near my chest. And then it don't matter because as soon as I put something in my pockets, they fall. So I'm walking around all day having to hold my sweatpants up. I'm dealing with these tube tops that I like to wear. I'm kind of limited on clothing right now because of everything being packed away for my move. So I just keep rotating through the same clothing items, and I'm starting to get a little frustrated with the tube tops. Okay, because they don't fit. They don't fit, and not only do they not fit, my bras just listen. My strapless bra does not fit in the slightest. Okay. So I found myself getting a little frustrated, and I'm like, okay, first of all, there's no reason for me to be frustrated. This is a choice that I'm making. I'm choosing to wear things that don't fit, right? This is totally within my control to change. And second of all, I'm not looking at the positive side of this. It's time for me to buy smaller sizes. Like, hello? Okay, like I know that I was trying to hang in there until I met my goal weight to do any clothes shopping, but I think I'm going to have to at least pull the trigger on some everyday items. Like, the least I could do is get these two tops that I like to wear on a day-to-day basis. I can at least get them in a smaller size. Okay, it's not gonna break the bank. It's not going to ruin me if I decide to get a smaller size and then when I lose another 50 pounds, I gotta go one more size down or two more sizes. Like, it's not gonna kill me. What is gonna kill me though is suffering through wearing clothes that don't fit on a regular basis. So you don't need to go on a shopping spree. Jen, overspending, over shopping, you know, that's my thing. I don't know how to just buy what I need. I know, Kat. It's a good problem to have. Absolutely. Good morning, Teddy. Was just chatting with Delilah about buying one new outfit in her size. So Delilah actually inspired part of this, like, so my own issues with my clothes falling off. But I was watching one of her videos today. Actually, I think it was the very last one. I didn't get a chance to finish it, but she was talking about clothes and how her clothes fit. But she was also talking about her body type. And I'm like, okay, wonderful. This is a great time to have this conversation because I was already feeling kind of the same sentiment. I'm glad to see you have sunshine here in Texas. It's been raining a lot. Hope everyone is well so far. Yeah, it's sunny. They keep saying it's gonna rain, but it only seems to rain at night. Like it has been rainy each day this week, but it only seems to come at night. Hello, darkness. Hi, Edgar, Cat, Reindeer. I bought one pair of jeans at a time. Yeah. Okay. So the reason that I have not been buying clothes is because I don't typically buy one item at a time because hear this, Jen. Hear this. Now I kind of wish one of y'all was here to go shopping with me because listen to this. I don't go clothing shopping in stores. I shop online because I can't ever find my sizes. Well, mind you, I'm 50 pounds down now. But for years, I would only shop online because I couldn't find my size in stores. I literally hate going to the store. I literally hate it. I literally hate it. So the irony in that is I don't know if I can actually, I don't even know what size I am because I'm still wearing XLs, 1XLs. I barely have any larges. The larges fit kind of okay, but I'm still wearing clothes that are 1X and XL because I haven't gotten rid of everything. So I don't know if it'll be much simpler now for me to go into an actual clothing store and buy one outfit. Typically, I will go shopping online and buy 10, 15 outfits. Why? I don't. In hindsight, I don't know why I would do that. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Wait, shopping? That is exactly what I'm going through right now. Yeah, Delilah, I was watching your video today. So that video partially inspired. We were going through the same thing. Well, similar things. So I was feeling some type of way, and then I watched your video, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm not the only one. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. But I wanna talk about it. So the part of your video, Delilah, that inspired, and I didn't finish it, so maybe I need to go back and finish it. But the part of your video that inspired me to do this, like for me, it was the fact that I was getting frustrated about my clothes not fitting and refusing to buy new ones. So I'm stuck in kind of like a weird place. But when I was watching your video, you were talking about your body type and how your body type is different from other people your size. So that's where you're having somewhat of a struggle, if I'm understanding that correctly. Okay. So I was like, oh, okay, well, this is the perfect time to shed some positivity because we all need a little positivity. Okay. All right. We're all on different parts of our journey and we are all different shapes and sizes. And sometimes, like I said yesterday, when I asked, is anyone else having a hard time recognizing themselves or dealing with the changes in their body? I go through that. Okay. But oftentimes I forget to look at the bright side or look at the positives in some of the outcomes that I'm having. I'm not going to lie. And when I was listening to your video, Delilah, I was like, okay, trust me, you're not alone. It's not just you. So we're gonna focus on a little bit of positivity today. Yes, my body is part of the problem, but I also have never in my entire life been able to get into regular people's store and shop for myself. I won't say ever, but it's been in and out throughout my life. So there were some points in my life where I could, and then I couldn't, and then I could, and then I couldn't, and then I just gave up. I just got used to online shopping, and I just gave up. So that is going to be a big. I didn't like I said, I didn't finish the video, so I don't know if you covered this. But do you feel like it's going to be a huge deal for you when you can go into a store and shop for yourself? Like try things on, see how they fit. If you like it, you buy it. Is that going to be a big deal for you? It's going to be like my head's going to fall off because it's been so long since I've done that. Other than like some sweatpants, like stuff that I like, stretchy stuff, right? let's take it up a notch. If I did over the past few years go into a store to buy something and I found something that fit, it almost always had to be something that stretched. Like over 90% of the time, it was some sort of spandex, legging, workout shorts, sweatpants, anything that was stretch. No way I was buying a pair of jeans from a store. I haven't bought jeans from a store in forever. I haven't bought jeans from I haven't actually, to be honest, I haven't worn a pair of jeans since maybe the winter. I'm not really sure the last time I wore a pair of jeans. I have a pair of joggers that are denim, but that's not the same as jeans to me. I'm not really sure when's the last time I wore a pair of jeans. I've worn at least because, okay, so when I gained that 40 pounds, I had stopped wearing jeans altogether because they didn't stretch. So I lived in leggings and sweatpants for almost a year. So since losing weight, I can't really remember, because I feel like all this past winter I was still wearing leggings. Now I don't wear leggings at all, but I can't remember the last time I put on a pair of jeans. Interesting. I got the same American Eagle jeans in like 6 sizes. Now I have in a 2. Are you saying you're a size 2? Hello, Jim. I'm 43 and online shopping wasn't a big thing yet, but thank God for it now. I've been 296, give or take 4 pounds, since I was about 14. So Lane Bryant was it in my day. No other store had plus size options. I have heard so many people say that, and I'm younger, so I didn't go through that. I've never shopped at Lane Bryant. I never had, like, how do I put this? I never had a problem finding clothes when I was younger because I could just wear like adult sizes when I was a kid. So like I could wear, like when my friends were like size 3s, 4s, 2s, and 0s, I was like a size 10, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then, or 12, 14 or something like that. Like somewhere between a 10 and a 14 when I was younger. So I could find those sizes. Those are like a large now. 10 through a 14 is something like a large, maybe even an extra large, I'm not sure. But I got all the way up to a size 22, which sounds crazy saying it out loud now. But yeah, I got all the way up to a size 22. I was a size 16, 18 for about 5 years because I would bounce back and forth between 200 and 220. I have no idea what my size is now. I don't even know. Did I even keep any of my jeans? I think there's only one pair of jeans that I recall having still currently, and I don't know where they are. I don't think they're in my I don't think I have immediate access to them in my luggage. I think they're packed away. Said that to say I don't even remember what size those pants are, and I don't even know if they still fit. But I can stay in a size 16 jeans for a long time because I have big thighs. But when I started sizing out of a size 18, I was like, oh my God. I got all the way up to a size 22. I don't think I've ever owned or wore a pair of real jeans. Yes, denim looking. Yeah, right. Hello, Ben. Please act like you have some sense in the chat or you will be timed out, blocked, removed, whatever. You'll never be able to comment again. And I'm pretty sure y'all don't care because some of y'all are trying to troll anyway. But if you're not trying to troll, say hello, say good morning. Let me know how you're doing on your journey. If you're on a journey, GLP-1 or not. Let us know and tell me some of your non-scale victories. So I said all of that to say a victory is the weight loss in and of itself. Even if it's slow, even if we're not at our goals yet, a victory is the weight loss itself, okay? I often forget that. So that's one. Your clothes no longer fitting is a victory. It may not feel like one. It may feel a little confusing or frustrating, but it is a victory. I have not had a problem with my clothes being too big in ever. in ever. I've only ever had a problem with my clothes being too small. I've never had a problem with my clothes being too big. Never had, like, until now. And I've lost and gained weight plenty of times, but my clothes would still roughly fit. And then I would try to buy smaller sizes and they wouldn't quite fit. Never had a problem with my clothes being too big. Yeah, I've heard that about Lane Bryant. They didn't have anything stylish, so it was problematic. It was problematic. So honestly, mentally, I'm not ready. I mean, I don't have like anxiety about going into stores. I don't expect to find anything, but I'm looking to change that because I'm at a point where I can't just keep wearing the same clothes. I'm just at that point. I didn't buy anything new for my upcoming trip, but I still have 2 weeks, so I may get something. I may get something. Hello, Ben. No, I'm not coming to Australia, Jay. Y'all have animals that kill people. Well, insects. I feel like y'all have really big spiders. I can't come there. I did a whole closet purge, but I'm keeping a size 14 pair of jeans just to keep me motivated. Yes, that's another thing. Like, I'm hesitant to throw out bigger sizes because I don't want to get like, I know I'm a little vain, but I don't want to get beside myself just yet. Okay. Hello, Miguel. Thank you for the compliment. Yeah, it is a good visual. It is. That's why I love my oversized sweatpants. Like when I first put them on, just a few months ago, just like back in March, they were tight. Like they were tight sweatpants. Now I can barely keep them things up. I'm from New York. Okay. So does anyone have any other non-scale victories? Getting the weight off of my hips is a wonderful victory because I was starting to be concerned about the fact that I was losing weight, but my hips wasn't feeling any better. Turns out I had some inflammation that has since been addressed with steroids. And honestly, even though I'm done with the steroids, I still feel better every day. Like each day that passes, I still feel better, which tells me that to some extent the steroids are still working. So I'm hoping I don't end up going backwards in pain. Hi, G's. Oh, wait. I missed something. Somebody was talking about being a big dude, and I wanted to comment, but I missed it. Oh, was it Jim? I'm a big dude, and I struggle to get jeans that fit well. Yes, exactly. Like jeans are one of those things where it's like once you get to a certain size, you don't even want to deal with them. You just want to buy everything that stretches. You don't even want to buy stuff that stretches. So it's nice to know as a woman that I'm not like, not only women go through that. Hi, Sheila. I'm wearing Old Navy 10 and 12. Sometimes 12s are big. Wonderful. Is that a good thing? I'm going to take that as a good thing. I'm kind of having an issue getting to the point where I need new clothes, especially shorts and pants. Everything is starting to fall down. So how do you feel about that, Teddy? Are you going to keep wearing the big clothes or are you ready to go shopping yet? How far away are you from your goal? Has anyone's shoe size reduced? Let me tell you something, Reindeer. I cannot wait. If I get just a half size smaller, it'll be wonderful. I'm right now at 8.5 in women's, but when I buy sneakers, certain styles of sneakers, I like to buy them in boys or men's. Like, so, for example, like when I buy Jordans, I typically need I typically need, I'm 8.5. I typically need, I think like a 7.5, but it's one of those sizes that are so popular that you can't ever find it. Yeah, I think I typically need a 7.5. That would be 2 sizes down, but I can typically only find a 7, and a 7 is too tight. So if I could just get my shoe size down half a size, I have fat feet too, so there's no way in the next 50 to 70 pounds, like if I don't lose half a shoe size, I'm gonna be mad. Well, I can't say that. We're supposed to be being positive on this one. But no, my feet haven't gotten, my shoe size hasn't changed yet. Walking my dog without losing my breath. Amen. The internet has ruined the black woman. Now all they do is sit here and talk to strangers on the internet. yet you came to where the black women are. So how about you exit stage left and go have a nice day? I want to be in the single digits. I don't actually have a size that I'm aiming for. I've gone down a whole shoe size. Oh my God, you're so lucky. You're so, how much weight loss did that take? My feet are same length, but much skinnier, so they slide around in some of my shoes. I haven't experienced that yet. I have not. My shoe size has been an 8.5 my whole life. Not my whole life, but you know what I mean? Like when I stopped growing, I've never been in a smaller size than an 8.5. I have 2XL windbreaker that I tried to find for a while earlier this year, and finally did, and now it swallows me. I'm going to slowly get new things. I'm struggling. I'm waiting on the bra size to shrink. I don't want my bra size to shrink, but it already has 46 pounds so far. Okay, yeah, so I'm 54 down, and I have not. But you know what? I've also been wearing flip-flops a lot and Crocs, so maybe that's why I haven't noticed it. Good morning, good morning. My whole life has been about wanting to fit in even the biggest size sold in retail stores. Yeah. So it's gonna be, hi Freddie. So it's gonna be a big deal for you when you achieve that. Okay, so what has been a victory for you so far? 42, 40, I have no idea what that means. Like I don't understand men's sizing. I have no idea. What that means. Let me see. I don't want to put it on subscribers only just yet because I want people to be able to comment. So I'm gonna help y'all moderate a little bit. I don't mind. I never get to block people. I never get to remove people. Okay? If I'm missing your question, if I'm not seeing your question, you can feel free to send a super chat and I will see it. Otherwise, or if you're asking something stupid, you're going to have to ask it via super chat and I'll answer it. So if you want your question answered bad enough and it's a question unrelated to the topic, you're going to have to super chat it. My biggest non-scale victory thus far has been being able to walk and talk and not be struggling for my life to breathe. Yeah. You want to ask me stupid stuff, you better super chat it. I'm sorry. Oh well. Okay. My pants waist was 42, 44. Now it's 36, 38. Undershirts were 2, 3X now. Ooh, wow. Isn't it so nice to go from like above a extra large down to an extra large or lower? Like, to be honest, I don't know what I'm going to do when my larges don't fit. Because I have a lot of larges that for the longest time I kept but couldn't get into. And now I'm kind of like sliding into some of my large clothing. I have no idea what I'm going to do when that no longer fits. Go to a medium? That sounds crazy. That sounds good. I mean, it sounds crazy to me because I've never been like, I can't recall ever being, other than as a kid, so as an adult, I don't recall ever being smaller than a 14 in pants, and as a kid, smaller than a 10. The 10 is like the bottom for me. So yeah. All right. So my next non-scale victory is being able to breathe better. Now, I'm still out of breath when I walk up steps, okay? I got about one flight in me, but if I gotta go to the second flight, can't breathe, okay? So, but I was also starting to develop sleep apnea. Like once I get above 210 pounds, I start to snore. Who's lazy? Me? Because I take the fat shot? Tell me more. We can have a conversation about it while I sit here and enjoy my blueberry muffin for breakfast. Jen got him, no. Jen, no. Jen got his ass. That's crazy. Oh my God. Jen, I don't want you working too hard. She got his ass. Tailoring is always a good option, but only on your really expensive pieces or nice coats. Yeah, I don't got none of those. I shop cheap. All right. Listen, Jen is the union rep for all moderators, so I have no control over what she does. I have no I have no control over what Jen does. I'm eating a blueberry muffin. Blueberries are fruit. The fruit is in the muffin. The fruit is in the muffin, okay? But yeah, so what was I just talking about? I forgot. Y'all distracted me. Oh, breathing. So I was starting to develop sleep apnea. And my weight fluctuated so much that I could tell that it would get, like the snoring would disappear around 200 pounds, but it would come back once I started to get above 210. So I need my glasses. Ooh, you're off for 8 days this week. You got all the time in the world to moderate. You're going to be zapping people left and right. They ain't going to stand a chance. They are not going to stand a chance. That is craziness. That's craziness. Okay, so being able to breathe is nice. It's great. I'll be able to breathe even more once I get rid of this gluten. So today's Monday. My week starts over on Tuesday. I think I'm ready to do my experiment where I remove the gluten for 2 weeks and then re-add it when I go to Europe and see if I have a reaction. Right now, my sinuses are definitely congested because I've been glutening it up all week. So can we talk about some positive self-talk? And I'm gonna get into Jen. I pulled a you yesterday. Well, let me not blame you. Let me not blame you for this. But I was inspired by your non-restriction attitude yesterday, and it was wonderful. I had a wonderful dinner. So I'll get into that. But can we? Yeah. Stopping gluten. I know. I've never gotten tested, but I've removed it and re-added it so many times that I can almost guarantee that I'm allergic to it, or I at least have a gluten sensitivity or allergy. It don't matter. I'm not supposed to be eating it. But this muffin is good. But Zeus, I have a nephew named Zeus. I'm going to Europe, and I want to see if the eating bread and gluten and all of that over there gives me the same reaction. So I'm going to remove it for 2 weeks. Give myself enough time to go through the withdrawals and get it out of my system and stuff. I'm going to reintroduce it in Europe and see if I have a reaction. I will know immediately. Whenever I give up gluten, the second I add it back, my sinuses, literally in the middle of me eating, my sinuses will become full of mucus. So I will know immediately if I'm having a reaction or not. So yeah. Okay. I hear the gluten in Europe is way different than the gluten in America. People who are not celiac have no issues with it out there. Yeah, I don't have celiac. I can eat it. I'm just going to suffer for it as far as my sinuses go and as far as my mood goes. I have more mood stability without it because of the impacts that gluten has on the brain. It affects your mood as well. It doesn't only affect your weight and your immune system. It also affects your mood for people that are intolerant or sensitive. Hi, Ariel. Oh, they go to Paris just for butter. That sounds so much fun. I would love to be a flight attendant, but I don't have the patience for the people. Okay, so can we get into some positive self-talk? So Delilah, I'm going to start with you, okay? Because I thought about this when I was watching your video and you were talking about the apron belly, okay? So Delilah, I'm going to challenge you. What is something positive that you say to yourself or about yourself? That's actually a question for everybody, but I'm challenging Delilah to answer that for me. Because I think oftentimes we forget. Sometimes we cannot be aware of negative self-talk. I do it all the time. And when I realize I'm doing it, like I try to realize it before somebody points it out to me, because if they point it out to me, then I'm gonna feel bad. So I try to realize it in advance, and then make sure I share some positive self-talk. Yes, I'm eating a blueberry muffin, Ariel. I should say I'm picking apart a blueberry muffin. Should I sidebar? I didn't do my housekeeping. Okay, really quick. Let me just, honestly, right now I'm just playing with it. I'm eating a little bit at a time, but I'm really just picking it apart and playing with it. So I'm just gonna put it down. That's my body's way of telling me I don't really want it. And let me tell you why I don't want it. So sidebar real quick, I forgot to do my housekeeping in the beginning. But Delilah, I'm gonna be waiting for your answer on the positive self-talk. Okay, so I took my injection this morning, everybody. Well, before I get to that, so yesterday, for those that are already aware, or for those that are, no, Lucas, salads are for rabbits. I don't do that. You'd have to be here long enough to get the joke. Yo, Jen is not playing with y'all. I have no control over Jen. I'm so sorry. I have no control over Jen. I tell myself every day I can do hard things and that I'm doing them well. I also tell myself that regardless of what the scale says, I'm doing well and will not stop until I get to my goals. That's wonderful. That's actually a good answer. Now I'm gonna up the ante, okay? Delilah, I'm gonna up the ante. What is some vain positive self-talk, okay? At what point do you feel a little vain? Or have you not reached that point yet? And if you haven't, it's okay, we're gonna work on it. Does anybody have a little vain self-talk? You ever look in the mirror and be like, oh my gosh, yes. Like, cause I have both, right? Like I have times when I'm like, oh my God, I feel so fat. Like when I'm sitting, I'm just like, ugh, I feel fat. But then there are other times where I get distracted walking by, looking at my reflection, like, who's that? You know? So do you have any, in four, you can either ask your question, and if I see it, maybe I'll answer it depending on what it says. If I don't answer it, it's probably because it's something stupid and you have to super chat it. Now, if you super chat your question, that's a guaranteed way to get me to answer it. But other than that, it depends on what you say. So yeah, so Delilah, what's something very self-centered, very vain? Do you have any vain self-talk? Okay. So for those that don't know, I had took my 8th injection of Zepbound and I was not really feeling anything from it. I was perfectly able to eat whatever I wanted. Not really a whole lot of appetite suppression, not a whole lot of hunger, just enough, just what I would consider a normal amount of hunger. You're a kid. I'm not gonna remove you because I'm not saying anything that isn't child friendly. But if you are under the age of 18, then sit back and relax. Okay. All right. So I took the opportunity to enjoy some food because I had my appetite back. So like, what's up? Like, what's up? Okay. I got time. I could be blocking y'all all day. Y'all not gonna ruin it for everybody else. Matter of fact, let me put on subscribers only just for this portion, and then I'll adjust it back potentially. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. All right. So we can have some peace and quiet for a second. Oh, like your mom is beside you. Okay, so you can listen in. Okay. I feel like you're trolling me a little bit, but whatever. Anyway, so I had an appetite, so I chose to enjoy it a little bit. Knowing that I was going to take my injection today, I was going to take my injection this morning, which was day 4, so that I could switch my injection day to the beginning of the week because it was on a Thursday before. So I wanted it to be on a Monday, so I switched it. So knowing that I was going to take my injection today, I took advantage of having an appetite yesterday. And I had been wanting pizza since the day before, so I finally decided to go get some pizza. And y'all, I had a wonderful time. It was so great. Now, I believe in restricting pizza because pizza is like 100% gluten. It's all flour, a little bit of cheese, a little bit of sauce, a little bit of topping, but it's like 98% flour, okay? So for the most part, pizza does not should not be playing a regular role in my life. Like pizza should not be showing up on a regular basis. So that's what I've been working on for the past month and a half, and I've been doing really well with that. I think in the past month, other than yesterday, I probably had pizza one time in the past 6 weeks, 7 weeks, or whatever. So I'm doing well with my my limiting of that. But I went and had some pizza yesterday, and I didn't just have pizza. So me and my boyfriend, we got there, and I was like, "You want some wings?" Because pizza and fries is like our thing. We do them together, starch and starch. I don't know why, but every once in a while we'll add some wings in there. So we got a pizza pie, we got some wings, some buffalo wings, we got some fries. Yeah, so we got all of that. So we even got some dessert. I had a chocolate cake and he had a cheesecake. But before we get into all of that, the cook or chef was preparing some garlic knots for an order. He was making some garlic knots for an order, and this man took a ladle of like either garlic butter or oil. You ever been to a restaurant and they give you like a bread basket with an oregano dip or something like that, like a olive oil situation? Anyway, I don't know if it was butter or I think it was oil. I think it was like a really, really light olive oil. But he took a ladle of it, a ladle of it. I'm talking about crushed garlic, some herbs, which I think was oregano. He didn't give me the recipe. Whatever else he had up in that thing, he took a ladle of it and just poured it over the garlic knots. And I was like, that looks so good. I was like, that looks so good. But I wasn't about to order no garlic knots when I already had pizza. I wasn't about to order no garlic knots. So as we were waiting for our food to be done, he bought over, if you want to see what they look like, you can check out my community tab post. He bought over a plate of garlic knots for us to try. He's like, you look like you wanted to try these. So he bought it over to us as a courtesy or whatever. And I'm like, thank you so much. Ladled, I mean, garlic butter, garlic oil, whatever, just ladled over the top. Parmesan, all of that. I cut into that damn garlic knot. I haven't had a garlic knot since like I lived in New York 8 years ago, because they got them at every corner store, pizza shop, or whatever. I haven't had a garlic knot in forever. I cut into that garlic knot and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best garlic knot I've ever had in my life. Like, he put so much effort. I'm assuming he was the one that made it, because he was a bit too, this truck is like loud. He was a bit too proud of it for it to have been somebody else's work. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna just give him credit for it. Okay, Ariel, thank you for subscribing. So so I ate the garlic knot, and then my boyfriend tried it. He was like, oh my God, it's delicious. I love garlic, love it. And then we started, like, the leftover garlic oil, we started like scraping it up with our fries and like essentially fighting over the last little bit of garlic. So when he brought over our pizza and all of that stuff, he ended up bringing us some more garlic on the side, because we was looking kind of fat, scraping like the last little bit. Like my boyfriend had a knife in one hand and a fry in one hand, and he was like scraping the garlic onto the fry. And I said, "Ooh, that's fat, but that looks so good." like my response to him when I saw him do it, I was like, "Oh my God, that's so fat. I want to try." Who thinks of dipping their fry in garlic? I would have never done that. So anyway, said that to say, I had pizza, I had wings, I had garlic knots, I had fries, I had chocolate cake. I did not get sick. Another hint that my Zepbound is I won't say wearing off, but I'm definitely well adjusted to it, because I didn't get sick. 8 weeks ago, I wouldn't have been able to get through more than a couple of bites of any of that. I wouldn't have been able to get through enough bites of any of that, through more than a couple of bites. But because I'm on week 8 and I barely felt anything, and I had a nice appetite going. Oh yeah, I had a good night. And I thought about Jen. I was like, you know what? It was so nice to not have to think about restriction for once, because I didn't care. I just didn't care. I was just like, it wasn't a binge. Let me specify. Let me clarify. I will say. Let me clarify. I know a binge when I'm having a binge. When I'm having a binge, it's not based on hunger, and I really don't know why I'm eating, other than just for the taste of the food, or maybe I'm emotionally going through something. There were no emotions involved, other than I want some pizza. I was genuinely hungry. It wasn't a binge. It was like, I'm hungry and I want pizza and wings and fries. I want all three. Now, the downside was I only got through one slice of pizza. So I got through about 1.5 wings. Like, it sounds like a lot of food, right? But let me tell you what I actually ate. So I ate one slice of pizza out of a pie. Out of a pie. My boyfriend had 3 slices. I had one. And they gave us our wings cut into 6 pieces, because now one wing isn't one wing, one whole wing. One wing is half a wing. One wing is a wingette in the world now, like, apparently. And they're like $1 a piece, $1.50 a piece for a wingette, for half a chicken wing. So I ate 3 wingettes, so that's 1.5 chicken wings. I had half the fries, and I had 1 slice of pizza. So we ordered a lot of, what seemed like a lot of food, but I would say I still barely ate any of it, but I still ate more than I typically would be able to eat, okay? Sorry, I'm getting a notification. Sounds like the Zep was working. Yeah, I would say it was working. It wasn't as strong. Like, that's what I was saying yesterday. I'm in a fairly good place. My hunger is manageable. My food noise is manageable. This is new for me. It's either I want to eat or don't. Like, either I'm taking my injection and I don't want anything at all, and then waiting until I get to the end of the week and I start to get my appetite back. Maybe I'll stretch my dose out a little bit to keep my appetite for a couple of days. But I've been pretty even the whole week. The only downside to that is that I'm more prone to make poor food decisions. Now, I would not consider this a poor food decision. This was just a decision. This was just what I wanted to eat. This is just what I wanted to enjoy. I enjoyed it. I had a great time. I'm not trying to do that again today. But sometimes we can get into a cycle of like, okay, I did it yesterday, so let me do it today. Okay, I did it today, let me do it tomorrow. And that's where things can get, it's not about strong. It was working, right, yes. But I would say I prefer to be in this place. Now, do I still plan to titrate up? Yes, I do still, but I don't plan on titrating up for another month or so. So right now, I honestly just feel like I'm in a good place. I feel like I'm in a good place. It wasn't overbearing. I was able to make a decision without feeling bad about it. It was okay. So I said all of that to say, so I had a really good night. I had a really good dinner. No regrets. When I binge, I feel bad about it. I haven't had a binge. Oh my gosh. You know what? I just realized I haven't had a binge in almost a year. Has anyone binged on Zepbound or on their GLP-1? Let me turn it off. Now that I'm done with that, let me turn it off, subscribers only. Just out of curiosity. Just out of curiosity. Y'all start acting stupid again and I will restrict the chat again. But has anyone binged since being on a GLP-1? I actually forgot about that. I forgot what that experience was like. That's something I truly struggled with before getting on Zepbound, but I have not had a binge. Maybe I'm missing something, but like maybe there is a time, but I just don't remember. I don't recall having a binge. So that's good. That's good. So I felt great. Okay, so that's out of the way. I took my injection today. Oh, okay. I don't, you know what? Too much time has passed. I don't remember. I don't recall having a binge. I don't recall. I don't want to say I haven't, but I really just don't remember. I know I haven't had one lately though. Okay, so I took my injection today. I was able to get 60 units into my syringe. I was able to get 60 units into my syringe, which for Zepbound would be 6 milligrams. So I took that. I made sure to go in my stomach this time instead of my thigh, because I think going in my thigh is what allowed the effects to be kind of blunted. Which allowed the effects to be blunted this past week. So I went with my stomach. I did have a binge when on 5. Okay, one binge only ate about 75% of a whole chocolate cake. I still can't believe I did that. What dose were you on? What dose were you on? Just out of curiosity. When you did that with the cake. Don't feel bad. I ate a whole cake once. No. Why would I do that? I don't know what record. No, I'm not doing that. Send $100 super chat and I'll consider it, but you're not going to do that. That's why I felt comfortable saying it. I was on the 5 milligram during that binge. Oh, okay. 5 was my favorite. 5. So did you stay on the 5 too long as well? Let me see. So before I started Zepbound, I ate a whole cake, but I ate several whole pans of cornbread that I cooked myself. Like, okay, let's go back to, not that we're gonna get back to the positivity in a second, but let's just talk about something real quick. Binging, right? So, and triggers, right? This is why I restrict, because certain things are triggers for me. Now, is it better on Zepbound? Yes, but prior to being on Zepbound, I have established that certain foods I just have a hard time limiting. So like I only limit certain foods to certain times a year. So typically cake, like I had cake for dessert last night, but that's incredibly rare. Typically I only limit cake to the holidays, cornbread to the holidays, fried chicken to the holidays. Well, fried chicken that I cook, I will eat fried chicken out. But if I cook it, typically I'll only limit it to the holidays. But one year, a couple years ago, I bought my cousin a cake, small cake, enough for about 6 people, 6 to 8 people. My cousin ate 1 slice out of that cake and I ate the rest. That's one of my most embarrassing times before being on Zepbound. It was horrendous. It was horrendous. Too long. You stayed on 5 milligram for 4 months. Okay, I wish I was still on 5 milligram, but I decided to titrate up because I had all my ducks in a row and I still wasn't getting enough suppression. But that was after I stopped getting it from Hollandale. At least 4 weeks, 4 weeks worth of waste. Yes, it is true. I did eat that whole cake by myself. What you mean that's not true? My cousin's messaging me like, that's not true. Yes, it is. You had 1 slice out of that cake. 1 slice. And I ate the rest. You just don't remember that. It was the devil food chocolate cake in the white box from Enemans. No, this was an actual cake. This was actual like 2-layer birthday cake. I didn't eat it in one sitting. I'm not saying I ate it in one sitting, but over the course of a week, every day I was eating a slice of that cake. I ate the whole thing. I don't even think you took any home I don't even think you took anything to South Carolina. Or I at least ate most of it. Okay, if you don't want to give me all of it, okay, I ate most of it. Gosh, I ate more than half of it. Sheesh. So yeah, I just wanted to know if anybody had a binge moment on Zepbound, because I don't recall one. And I don't journal, so I can't like go back and look. But I had a great day yesterday. Would I do an injection video? I haven't. I mean, I would. I've asked if people wanted that before. I didn't really get much of a response. I could, I just don't, because so many people have done it. So I just assume everybody, I need to stop making assumptions, but I just assume everybody can find one if they need it. I can do one, but it's just gonna be like everybody else's. I used to love those supermarket cakes. Haven't had one since Zep. I won't test it. Now, Jen, you're coming on my side of the fence with the I won't test it. I have not had one since being on Zep. Y'all, so I don't know how many people saw the video, but it was one video when I was in the grocery store and I was in the Edelman section and I was like, oh my God, I want these donuts so goddamn bad. I want them so bad, but I didn't get them. Yeah, that'll make you titrate up. You eat a whole cake by yourself in 2 days, that'll make you titrate up. That'll make you be like, you know what? That'll make you rob somebody for their 7.5. That will make you rob somebody for their 7.5, honestly, truthishly. And I don't want to get to the point where I'm being outrageous, so I'm just going to go ahead and titrate up to the 10. Oh my God, I never thought I was going to say this. I never thought I was going to see the day that I would titrate up to a 10 milligram. I never thought. I was hell bent on staying on the 7.5, but I've been on it for too long. Y'all talking about 4 months is too long, which I would agree. Imagine 8 months on the same, and it's gonna be 9 because I have one more box to get through. 9 months on one dose because I wasted all of that time on compound. I wasted 6 months on compound that did nothing for me. Well, I won't say it did nothing for me. It at least kept me from regaining the weight because I couldn't necessarily overeat, but it didn't do what I needed it to do for 6 months. I had 6 months of 7.5 pre-ordered, so Now I'm damn near moving into month 9 on 7.5. Yeah. I'm actually scared of it. I'm scared of the 10 milligram. That might be the very opportunity for me to do an injection video because I'm scared of it. Yes. Oh, actually, I think they emailed me back. Like literally, since we've been on here. I got a message already. I asked for a virtual appointment because I can't come in. Oh, you had more than one slice? Okay, 2 slices then. I ate the other 4. It was like 6 slices. It was a small cake, but I still ate the rest of it. Okay, fine. You had 2 slices. Let's see. I'm scared of the 10 milligram, honestly. I'm scared of not being able to eat at all. And this is what I'm talking about. I told y'all it was going to take me 2 weeks to get in with my doctor. I told y'all it's going to take me 2 weeks. So they scheduled my appointment for the 29th. Let me see. I told you. So, because I don't want to run out of medication, how many? I got 3 vials left. So 1, 2, 3. I might have to order one more box at a. We'll see. We'll see because I'm gonna be in Europe when I'm not taking my Zepbound to Europe because I don't want them to take it at customs. So damn, that means I'm gonna have to change my injection day again. Hold on. I'm gonna have to go back to Thursday. You know what it is? It's because I keep going on trips on Friday, so I always end up changing my injection day back to Thursday. I'm gonna be out of medication. I'm gonna have to order one more box of the 7.5. I'm gonna have to, because I just started my last box today, and I'm gonna I will be taking my last dose of this box before I leave for Europe. And I won't have my prescription sent over in time to get the 10 milligrams. So I'm gonna have to get one more box of the 7.5. I would rather do that than run out. Like, I think Teddy was asking me if I couldn't get the 10 in time, would I just go to Compound? No, I'll just order another box of the 7.5. I can handle it. I'm going to the Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, and Switzerland. Yeah. And let's hope that there's no problem with me changing my address for my delivery because I'll be getting it delivered to a different state. Now that I think about that, hold on, let me see. So maybe I can get my other box of Zepbound before I leave. Because I'm going to run out on the 31st. You know what? Hi, Michelle. I might not have a choice. I'm going to be gone for 10 days. I might not have a choice but to take it with me. So I'll put it in my check bag and just hope that it does okay. I'll freeze it. Not freeze it. Oh gosh, don't freeze your Zepbound. I will put it in the mochi canister with frozen ice sticks. And hopefully, it doesn't have to stay cold. That's the thing. I just don't want it to get too warm, but there's really no way for me to tell. Like Zepbound can stay out of the fridge for 21 days, so I'm not worried about that necessarily. But I am worried about hold on. I'm worried about it not, like, I'm worried about I'm worried about transporting it in my check bag is what I'm trying to say. So I'll have to do some research real quick. See what the rules are for customs in Amsterdam and Switzerland. I'll have to see. But the point is, I'm going to be gone for 10 days. Yeah. I'm going to be gone for 10 days, so I have no choice. I have to take at least one vial with me and just hope that they don't throw it away. They don't have to be nice. They're going to be, you know how patient I've been with people roasting? Like, I've been so patient. It's just to the point of, like, it's exhausting. Like, I'm not offended. It's just annoying at this point. So I don't even bother. Like, typically I'm like, my hands are not free enough for me to go through removing people. But it's like, when I go live like this, a lot of trolls, but a lot of kids come through as well. So I just assume a lot of these people are children. Hi, Sydney. Sydney, I picked the wrong house to try to do this house sitting video. I don't think I'm gonna get it done. We're gonna have to try again when I get to the next house sit on Thursday, because this house, I mean, it's a beautiful home. My room was so nice. It's so nice. Oh my gosh. But no. like I'm not gonna be able to do it the way I wanted to do it. No. Does your box have a label? My box. What do you mean? What do you mean? Does your box have a label? My box of Zebound, does it have a label? What do you mean? Thank you, Han. Thank you for behaving in the chat as well. I'm not sure what you meant. Hopefully the next house. No, okay, I take that back. I will do the video, but you know what I wanted to do? Is that a grasshopper? I'm typically scared of insects, but that one was actually cute. It was, I don't know if it was a grasshopper. It was a little green something that got in my hair. This is not my hair. I don't curl it. It's a wig. It came like this. You didn't see the people in the comments talking about your wig, your wig, your wig? Anyway, so what was I just saying? Oh, okay. So no. I can do the video. I will do the video, but what I wanted to do was make it cute, like show me arriving, show me meeting the dogs, show my routine of feeding them, walking them. No, I cannot do that with this house. It's not that the dogs are bad. They're good boys, but they require like a lot of attention. Like I have to, because they have allergies and they scratch and itch nonstop. Oh no, the Zepbound box doesn't have a label, and actually I got rid of it already. I put all my vials in the container. Maybe I can print out my prescription. Maybe I can do that and take it with me, because my vials have a label that says Zepbound, but I don't have the box anymore. So maybe I can print out the prescription. Maybe I can do that. I don't know if, but the thing about it is I don't know if okay, because I was about to say I don't know if other countries would care about my American prescription. Like, you think they would care? I feel like they'd be like, no, throw it away. And so I almost don't even want to risk taking it. But that's the thing. If I put it in my check bag, that don't mean they won't go in there and get it and throw it away. But I feel like I would have a better chance in my check bag. But if I carry it with me, I can at least show my prescription. Because I can get it through TSA in the US, no problem. I've already done that. It's when I get to... You know what? Now that I think about it, I've never been to Europe. Are they going to scan my luggage when I get there? They don't do that in Mexico. They don't check my carry-on when I get to Mexico. So I'm not sure when I arrive in Amsterdam if they're gonna check my carry-on. You know what? In hindsight, this might not be a problem at all. Because let me tell y'all what I'm thinking. I can get it through TSA in the US, no problem. I didn't even have my prescription and was able to get it through, no problem. Twice, actually, no problem. But I will carry it just in case, because you may meet that one TSA agent or that one airport that's like, nope, you can't take it. So I'll take my prescription just to be safe. But let me go in the car because my battery's dying. But when I get to Amsterdam, I gotta I don't think they're gonna check for my, I don't think they're gonna check my carry-on. You know what I mean? So once I get there, I can take my injection. I don't have to worry about getting it through customs to go to Zurich. It's gonna be already used. The only problem with that is proper disposal. So if they want me to throw it away at the airport, that's not my, I don't want to do that, but that's on them if they want me to do that. So like what I'm saying is if I try to travel from Amsterdam to Zurich with an empty vial and use syringe, I put that in my mochi container for safety. If I'm going through the airport and they have a problem with the syringe and they want me to just toss it, then I can't do anything about that. But at that point, I've already used it, so they ain't gonna pay me. But what I'm saying is I can get to Amsterdam and take my injection. I think the problem will come in if I'm trying to go from Amsterdam to Zurich. That might be a problem. But I'm pretty sure I can research it. Like I know for a fact I can research it, so we'll see the best way to do it. But what I can't do is leave with nothing. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. Let me see. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. It'll be tragic if I run out, but I don't want to go to Europe and go 10 days without my injection. I could. It's not the end of the world, but I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I keep all my labels and I track in a worksheet in case of a recall or anything else. That's actually a good idea. That's a good idea. So I will stop throwing away. Well, this was the first time I've thrown it away without actually using up the entire box. Fuck. If I had a way to directly call my doctor, you know what? I probably can. I feel like I don't have a way to call her, but we'll see. We'll see. Hold on. I don't even have the option to like order my. I don't even have the option to order my 7.5 right now because they haven't received this month's prescription yet. I'm trying to see when they usually send it over. Okay, I may just have to call. That's fine. I always feel like I get the runaround when I try to call a doctor. They respond quickly to messages. Like I sent them a message today. My appointment was scheduled. Let me just respond to the message. How about that? Let me just do that. Let me just do that. Let me just do that. Did she close my... Hold on. Appointment. April, no. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not gonna try to figure it out now. I'm not sure. But what I'm gonna do is see if they'll send my prescription over early, and they may even send it as the 10. You know what I mean? Because I feel like my 7.5 is on like an automatic renewal, sending my prescription over to Lilly Direct. So maybe I can get ahead of them sending the 7.5 for this month. Or I should say they would be sending it for next month, but they send the prescription this month. Maybe I can get ahead of them refilling the 7.5 by telling them I need the 10 like now. Okay, this one. Oh, I can't reply. Oh, they're so ghetto. They're so ghetto. Virtual care. Let's try that. Let's try that. Manage visits. It's so weird that I don't have a number to reach my doctor. That's so weird. Okay, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out today. What time is it? 11:38? Okay, we gotta go get something. And then I gotta wash my hair. I've been saying that like every live and I still don't do it. But now I'm running out of time. Okay, so can you take it right before you leave? Go a few days without it? Yes, that's what I just did. So I sent the My Chart message. And like my doctor didn't respond, but like a representative or something, customer service person, someone at the office responded, just saying, so what I did was just request an appointment and they scheduled the appointment. But now I need to send a message saying, hey, no, I actually need my refill earlier. Now, I probably still have to go through the appointment to get the titration, but if I can at the very least get another 7.5, that'll be great. Can I go a few days without it? So what happens is, so let me look at the calendar. Let me look at the calendar. So I have 3 vials right now, and my injection day is Monday. So the 28th would be me using my second vial, and I leave on the 1st. So what I was going to do, now that you mentioned that, what I was going to do was take my typical injection on the 28th and then take the third one early on the 31st, which is 3 days apart. And then hopefully I would have another box so that I can take a vial with me to Europe. But what I could do is just keep my current schedule, and then I won't need to take my third injection until... This is why y'all are here, because I'll be tripping sometimes. Like, I'll be trying, like, low-key panicking, and then y'all bring me back down to reality, because that just actually just made sense what you said, Michelle. In fact, I probably won't even have to go without it. So I have 3 vials. So the 21st, the 28th, if I kept to my current schedule, I would take the next one on the 4th. So I would be in Europe. I'd take the next one on the 4th, and then I wouldn't have to take another injection until I came back on the 11th. So it may work out that way. I don't have to change anything. If I just, you know what it was? I was originally thinking, oh, just take the last vial early so you don't have to take any medication with you. That's what I was thinking. But now that we've gotten into talking about ways that I can take it with me, having my prescription, all of that different stuff, if I can just take it with me and take my third injection on August 4th while I'm in Europe, then I'm fine. I just got to make sure I have medication when I get back. I get back on the 10th. I need to make sure I have medication for the 11th. So that's really all it is. But either way, I'm not going to be home to get my refill. So there's a couple of problems, right? When they send over my prescription, like, let's say we can establish that the plan is to just stay on my current Monday schedule and take my injection in Europe. When I come back, I'm coming back to South Carolina. I have to make sure my medication is in South Carolina for me to take it. Right now, my delivery is in North Carolina. I'm moving out of my apartment. So what I would like for them to do is, before I leave, switch my address. In case there's any problems with switching my address, I want to know that now. I don't want to know that later this month. because I asked the pharmacy about that before, and they just said, when the time comes, let us know. Like, basically, we'll talk about it. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. That was their answer. When you need to get your medications shipped to a different address, let us know. So that doesn't tell me there is a problem. There's no problem. It doesn't really give me an answer other than let us know when the time comes. So I leave my apartment on Wednesday. Whether it's a 7.5 or a 10, when they do the next refill, I have to send it to South Carolina. And hopefully, hopefully my dad don't get rid of the fridge in that time. Oh my God. Oh my God. I got to tell him, like, I need you to keep the fridge for like another month. Please don't get rid of the fridge. Lord have mercy. Okay, so thank you, Michelle. Like, your comment actually just helped me figure that out. I'll be fine. As long as they don't throw away my injection at the airport, I will be fine for the trip. Now, after that, the trick is when I get back, making sure I have medication on hand immediately when I get back to South Carolina. That's going to be the tricky part. So that's pretty much it. Okay. My phone is straight up about to die on y'all. So let me get in the car. We're doing good. We've only been on here an hour. We're making good time. I was playing around with my muffin. I was able to eat this yesterday, but now that I've taken my injection today, I kind of don't want it. And I took my injection only like 2 hours ago. Maybe 3 hours ago. So it's already kicking in. I think it was Kat before talking about it kicking in 24 to 72 hours later. Typically, that's my experience. Thank you. Typically, that's my experience. But today, it kind of kicked in right away, and it's probably because it's only day 4. Like, it's kind of up there. So hopefully I don't get sick. But the muffin ain't it right now. The muffin is not a good move for me right now. All right, so I want to get back into some positive self-talk and non-scale victories. Who hasn't shared their non-scale victory yet? And almost none of y'all have shared your positive self-talk. So what are y'all doing? Did I strike a nerve there? Did I strike a nerve? Because if I did, then that's a good thing. That means there's something there that we need to talk about. Hi, Sophia. That means there's something there that we need to talk about. Because I know for me, I oftentimes forget to speak positively about my progress and about myself. And I know I'm not the only one. And we're all a little vain over here, right? Bruh, no, you only ate, leave me alone. You only ate, no. This person over here trying to argue with me about how much of their cake I ate. I know what I ate. What? Can you please comment in the chat? You are commenting on a completely different social media platform. I need you to comment and participate on YouTube. What is your non-skill victory? Tell me on YouTube. Stop being a butthole. Thank you very much. Oh, there it is, reindeer. Thank you for being honest. That's why nobody answered me. Hold on. That's why no one answered. Hold on. Ow. Okay, reindeer, if I could double wrench you, I would, for being honest. If I could double wrench you. Oh my God, Journey of Life is going to be mad at me. I lost the ring. I lost the sisterhood ring. I think she jinxed it. Or I jinxed it when I said I would send it to her. So now my ring ran away. I don't know where that thing is. Or it fell off because it was falling off regularly. You ever lose something like that's too loose? And typically, like, you notice it when it falls off, but eventually it just falls off and you don't know where it is. Yeah, that's what happened. So the ring is gone, but I'm pretty sure it's going to turn up. I'm pretty confident that it'll turn up, but she's going to be mad at me. I lost the sisterhood ring. I lost it, guys. I lost it. Okay, so let's get into it. Hold on. Give me a second. I have to switch do this. And then this. Okay, I seem a little choppy. I seem a little choppy. How's my video? Hmm. Yeah, I would give you a double wrench reindeer if I could. A bit choppy. Okay. Let me know if it clears up or not. Something just happened to my service as soon as I got in the car. Hold on. How about now? Hi, KC. Thank you for falling out of the clouds. Don't think I didn't see you. I see you. I always notice when new people comment. How about now? Let me know. Better now. Okay, I don't know why me. Oh, you know what? I hope you didn't connect to the car. That's probably what happened. Hold on. Hold on. How's my sound? I wanted you to connect to my AirPod. Phone overheated. Give me a second. Oh, okay. Can y'all hear me now? Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? I have the air up really high to try to cool off my phone. My iPhone is always overheating. I don't know why oh, I know why I keep going live from this phone because I like the plugged in headphones better. Okay. Give me a second. I put it on subscribers mode for a minute. Hmm. Okay. All right. Okay, so my boyfriend just told me that my ring is home, so I didn't lose it. I didn't lose it. I didn't lose it. Okay. All right. My phone overheated. um, so I'm gonna sit here for a second and let it cool off. It needs to charge anyway, so we're just gonna sit here for a second. And I want to get into y'all thought y'all was getting away easy, huh? You thought we wasn't gonna have a conversation about this positive self-talk. And you know why I'm being such a fussy britches about it is because I struggle with it. Okay? Hold on. Hold on. It's so hard to get this in my tripod. Hold on. Okay. Let's do that. All right. So, okay, you know what it is? My mount is hot. That's what it is. Hmm. So we're gonna have a conversation, or maybe it'll just be me talking because I'm gonna have to get out of here soon. Um, about the whole positive self-talk thing. So I want to just shine a light on that. Partially inspired by Delilah. Delilah ditched me when I asked this question, but it's okay. I have faith that she'll be back. But or I hope she didn't feel like I was putting her too much on the spot. But the reason why I knew that that would make some people uncomfortable, but the reason why I brought it up and why I was asking people to share, you know, some of that positive self-talk, because I'm not gonna lie, oftentimes we forget. Like we do all of this work, we put in all of this effort, we get the weight off, and then what? Still don't find anything good to say about ourselves? Come on, I'm not the only one. Come on. Because I feel like if I can spend part of my day complaining about still feeling fat, or not working out enough, or still struggling with the decisions that I make as far as food. Oh, she said she had an appointment. Okay, okay. I'm sorry, Delilah. I missed it. I'm sorry. Um, Still talking about she could be still listening and just can't comment, but if in case she comes back and watches the rest, I'm sorry, Delilah. Okay. So still like struggling with making certain decisions with food, all of these things that we go through, it is weight loss stalls, loose skin, um, not feeling attractive or pretty or whatever, like not feeling like you're making as much progress as other people, whatever it is, we go through a lot of things that we complain about. Everybody please like the stream. I got 10 likes, 22 people watching. Please hit the like. Um and it's very easy to get wrapped up in what's going wrong, so much so that you never actually consider what's going right. Now, we've had people say that they don't even believe in non-scale victories, right? Maggie, I'm talking to you, girl. We've had people say that they don't even believe in non-scale victories, and it's like, excuse me? There's no such thing as not having a non-scale victory. Like, if your entire existence revolves around a scale, I need you to throw the scale away. Now, I am one to believe that the scale is a frenemy, okay? Sometimes we got a little beef with the scale, and sometimes the scale is on our side. Frenemy, frenemy, okay? We got a love-hate relationship with the scale. I don't think that we need to completely avoid it, but I don't think we need to obsess over it either. I think we need to help the scale find its place and then leave it there. Don't put too much stock in it, but you don't have to be afraid of it either. But if your only method or only consideration is how much the scale says, I need you to throw it away. Don't throw it away. Don't waste your money. But like, stick it under the bed or something. Stick it under the bed and then challenge yourself to spend a week or two continuing what you would typically do to make progress. And if at the end of a week or two, you don't feel any different and you feel like there's no other method of measuring your progress, then the scale can't save you from that. The scale cannot save you from that. In that case, the scale is your detriment. Okay. All right. And it's not only the scale that's your detriment, it's your mindset around the scale and your mindset around your progress, your mindset around your weight and your body and all of these different things. I am getting to the point of like, or the point that I'm trying to get to is changing our mindset. It may sound simple, but trust me, it's not. Like, when you're not used to saying nice things about yourself, and trust me, it's not that we hate ourselves. We just don't think that we're supposed to like ourselves. We don't think about it. Like, if you ask a random person, do you love yourself? They're going to be like, yeah, I love myself. But if you start digging deeper, you start going a little deeper, you might start to reveal like, well, when I gotta explain how or why, I don't really have an answer. When's the last time you said something nice about yourself? I don't know, maybe never. Like, I don't know. When was the last time I was a size 6? You know what I mean, right? A lot when I talked about non-scale victories, a lot of people talked about their pant size. That's a big deal for some people. It's not as big of a deal for me because I'm I've checked out from sizing, right? It's only now that I'm starting to check back in because stuff don't fit. But I have checked out from sizing because I'm just used to stuff. I'm just used to not being able to find my size, okay? In stores. So I've checked out. I'm giving up. But I'm starting to check back in a little bit. I'm working on it. I'm working on it here. But it's not just a gimmick or a joke when I say things like, we're a little vain. No, okay, okay. I'm putting my vanity onto y'all because I want everybody to be a little vain. I think vanity is okay. I think it's okay to be a little vain. And I'm not joking when I say that. Like, it's not just something that I say for this channel. I'm dead ass serious. When I was at my highest weight and hated the way I looked in pictures, you know what I wanted? To look better and feel better about myself. Obviously, I wanted to be healthier, so that's almost like a given, right? But some things that people are ashamed to say is that they simply want to look and feel better. I'm not saying you look bad if you're in a bigger body, but people say that about themselves. I've said it about myself, and people watching have said it about themselves. Okay. So the point is, okay, you don't necessarily need to beat up. You don't necessarily need to beat yourself up about saying it. Now that you've started making progress, what are you saying now? Hey, Delilah. Okay, you didn't miss much. I'm getting now into the I asked everyone what have they I asked everyone about positive self-talk, and some people have responded that they don't do positive self-talk and they need to work on it, right? And I had asked you that before you left for your appointment. So I don't know if you had an answer to that. Do you practice positive self-talk? Because for the most part, a lot of us don't. Like we don't even consider it. We don't think about it. All we do is focus on what's going wrong. Even when we make progress, even when we make it to our goal weight, we don't think about how much success we've had. You know what I mean? I had a blueberry muffin for breakfast and I'm still working on a coffee that has completely got watered down. So I'm going to have to get another one. So I think it's important. Clothes on, they have me at 226. That is so odd. What do you mean, Michelle? Are you at 226 now or are you saying clothes from when you were 226? Is something wrong with my scale? I weigh myself 229 at home Friday. Did I lose all that weight? No. You can fluctuate very quickly. You can fluctuate anywhere from 1 to 3 pounds in just a couple of days. Like, so um, at the end of my June challenge, when I lost 11 pounds, within just a couple of days, I was down another three. Like, I ended my June challenge at 191. Within a couple of days, I was at, oh, I said, say 2 pounds. I was at 189. I'm now at 188. So I've at least lost 1 pound since the start of this July challenge, but I can do better. I can do better. I am new to positive thoughts about myself, but it's something I actively try to work on. Okay, so tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Give me an example of how you try to work on it, and how do you? What's your marker or your trigger that says, okay, it's time to think positive because I've been down this road of negativity for some time, or maybe you don't have that. I have that, so I'm just trying to figure out where y'all stand on that. But it's important to think about the things that you've done right. It's important to not beat yourself up about the things that you think are going wrong. Um, Delilah, I was explaining before you came back that you were the inspiration for this portion of the topic because I was listening to you talk about how your clothes fit and um you were talking about your weight and you were talking about the size and shape of your body and the apron belly and all of these different things. And I've heard people before describe how like it's hard to find, let's say, models that will model clothing that's more realistic to the body type with the apron belly, right? So I was listening to you talk about all that and I was thinking about how I felt about my clothes lately. And it's like, okay, so I'm not hearing any positive self-talk from either one of us. What are we doing? I was like, okay, I'm not hearing any positive self-talk in this video. I'm not feeling any positive self-talk that I've done for myself lately. Okay, it's time to talk about this. And I gotta see who else is feeling this way. I try to wake up doing it and go to bed doing it. I never consider having a trigger during the day. That's a good idea. So for me, my trigger is if I go too many videos talking about something that has gone wrong, I get triggered and feel like it's time to be positive. Like trigger doesn't have to be a negative thing, right? Trigger is just an event. It's just an event, right? It's just something that makes you do something else or something that makes you feel something else. So when I have too many videos in a row or too many topics in a row talking about things that are going wrong, I'm like, even if it's from a conscious space of like, okay, this is going wrong, and this is my plan to correct it. I do think that some aspect of that is positive, like the self awareness is positive. But the fact that I'm still focused on what's going wrong, it's like, okay, well, now it's time to focus on something that's going right, something that I like about myself. Um, so for one example, it was really hard for me to not say negative things about my loose skin, like especially on my arms. I talked about it often in my videos. Hold on. One is gonna disconnect for just a second because I need to respond to a text message. Baby, if you're still watching, can you take down the curtains? Someone's coming to get them. Not the rod, just the panels. I just need all four panels. Give me just a second. I'm gonna disconnect while I respond to this message. I forgot someone was coming to get my curtains. Oh God, I want to have them waiting. Okay. Hopefully, I don't get the overheating problem again. Let me lower this just a little bit. Y'all just gonna have to see my stuff. don't care, damn it. So yeah, so my trigger, I hate when somebody has like a long uh bed to their truck and I have to back out of a space. So I can't actually I'm in between two trucks, two pickup trucks. Okay. So it's important it's important to think about the things that we like about ourselves. And I'm not saying this in like an affirmation kind of way. I believe in affirmations. I do. Um but I'm not even saying it in an affirmation kind of way. I'm just saying it in a honestly in a literal honestly in a literal kind of way of like I said, I flip flop I flip flop between like gosh, I still feel so fat. I flip flop between that and oh my god, who's that girl walking past this store window? I, I'm not kidding. I think it's okay to be a little vain. I think it's okay to look at yourself and say, damn girl, damn boy, like, damn my guy, damn sis. I think it's okay to do that. I think it's okay to do that. Now, here, let me not listen. There's a caveat to this, though, right? I don't know if it's necessarily a caveat, but it's something that I want to clarify. Let me, I want to be gentle about this. Let's talk about body positivity and the fat acceptance movement real quick because I've done a couple of videos on them, so y'all already know how I feel about that. I feel like there's a level of fakeness that goes into like a toxic positivity mindset. Like you can be positive and toxic. So let's be clear. I am not one person that feels like it's never okay to dislike something about yourself because I think it's okay to dislike something about yourself if you're willing to change it, right? But if you just dislike something about yourself for the sake of dislike, then sure, that's problematic. But I don't agree with blind, toxic, everything in the world is great positivity. For example, we are all on a weight loss journey because we want to lose weight, we want to be healthy, but for me, and correct me if I'm wrong, like if y'all feel this way, let me know. If you don't, then let me know. We want to fucking look good, okay? Like we want to look good, we want to feel good, we want to feel sexy in our clothes. We want to like the guys want to feel handsome. If you're not in a relationship, you want to feel attractive to women or men if that's your thing. Whatever, like we want to feel attractive in the world. We want to feel attractive to ourselves. We want to be comfortable in our own skin. We want our clothes to look great. We want all of that. Now, some people call that vain, and I'm okay with that. Call it what you want to call it. I don't give a fuck, right? But I think it becomes toxic when people say that you shouldn't feel that way, that you shouldn't want to look better or feel better, or be more confident, right? That's how people treat you in the fat acceptance movement. Fat acceptance is about accepting your body the way that it is, but hold on, because there's nothing wrong with that. But hold on, the second you want to change it, you're problematic. I think that that's incredibly fake, and I think that that's incredibly toxic. Don't nobody got to be okay with being fat. Like, if you are okay with it, kudos to you. Congratulations. I hope you live a long, happy, healthy life, and I hope you are confident, right? I hope you are super confident, super happy, doing cartwheels and backflips and splits and all of that. And you're active and you're energetic and you feel good and you feel great. Wonderful. That's all wonderful. Hold on. Is my sound still breaking up? Let me know before I continue. Mhm. Let me know if my sound is still breaking up. I'm gonna wireless charger so you won't see me for a second. Okay. Y'all gonna see the top of my car. Y'all are not gonna see me for a second. Okay. That was the AirPod. That was the AirPod. I'm gonna put y'all on my. Y'all won't be able to see my face for a moment. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. Okay. I'm going to put y'all on a wireless charger. So you won't see me for a second. Hold on. Dang it. Every time I do that, it tells me that my orientation is changing. My sound was fine, even better now. Okay. Because my battery is dying, so I wanted to put it on the charger. You know what? How about this? How do I sound now? Let me know. I just wanted my battery to hold on until I get home. How about now? I've never done it on like with no headphones, so just let me know how this sounds. I know that with the AirPods sometimes there's like static and popping. Even better? Okay. So a couple of things before I get out of here. So once I get closer to my apartment, my service is going to be disrupted until I connect to Wi-Fi. So maybe like 2 to 3 minutes. So just hang on. Also, because I have my phone mounted and it's the heat from the windshield, it may give me an overheating error again. So again, if it disconnects, just hold on for a second. It'll take about 2 to 3 minutes to cool off, and I will be back. I don't want to end the stream and then come back on my other phone. We're going to try to stay on my iPhone for as long as possible. But if it disconnects, basically just hang out for a second. So where did I leave off? Do y'all remember? Do y'all remember where I left off? Okay, so I'm going to try to recall where I left off, but I may repeat myself a little bit. Oh, okay, so fat acceptance, right? Fat acceptance tells you and everybody else, whether they're fat or not, whether fat people or not, like whatever, they tell you that you have to accept being fat. There's no caveat to the level of fat or obesity. There's no caveat. You're just supposed to accept it wherever you are. You're supposed to never want to change it. And if it changes, your weight should be going up and not down, because if it goes down, you hate yourself. And if other people aren't attracted to you, they hate you, and they hate fat people. If you don't feel attractive, you hate yourself. That's what fat acceptance tells you. And if you want to do anything to change it, you're a traitor to being fat. Right? Like, never mind the toxic people that have never been fat in their lives. That's a whole different group of people. I'm talking about the toxicity of the people that are fat, that have struggled with their weight their entire lives, and because they can't figure it out, just like the rest of us have struggled to figure it out, they've decided to give up on figuring it out and decided that the best method, like Lizzo, fake ass, they decided that the best method is to just convince everybody else that you have to be happy with fat, with being fat, or being happy with other people being fat, and you're supposed to be proud, and you're supposed to be rooting people on to be obese, Lizzo. And then people like her turn around and get their lives together. They get their weight together, and they never go back and apologize for all the shit that they said. They never go back and apologize for all the people that they put down for wanting to make the same change that they made. They never go back and correct the record. They never go back and after. Listen, let's segue. Let's go on a Lizzo rant real quick. I'm gonna keep an eye out, because once I get this light, my connection is gonna be like. I'm gonna try to get connected to Wi-Fi as quickly as possible, as quickly as possible. So people like Lizzo piss me off, because she was a part of that fake ass, toxic ass, body positivity ass, fat acceptance ass environment, where Lizzo made a whole career off of taking off her fucking clothes and showing the world her fatness. And I'm not saying she was ever supposed to be ashamed of her body. Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that she was supposed to feel shame. What I am saying is she went out of her way to convince the world that she did not feel shame, that she was okay with her body, that she was okay with being super morbidly obese, and that other people should want to be that way too, and it's perfectly fine. And you should celebrate her. You should put her on the cover of magazines. You should have to see her ass in a thong at a basketball game. You should see her half naked all the time. Look at me, look at me, look at my body. Right? That's Lizzo. I'm big and I'm beautiful. I'm big and I'm beautiful. And she was beautiful, but I'm not saying she wasn't, but it's like she put a lot of effort and a lot of time into forcing her body onto people. Forcing her body onto the world. Naked body. Half naked body, whatever you want to call it. Right? She put a lot of effort. Jaden, you come in here every day talking about some face squish. Why, Jaden? What does the face squish do? What do you want with the face squish? I don't understand. I'm not doing it until you explain it to me. And let me know your age. Because if you're a child, I'm definitely not doing it. So, she never came back and corrected the record. She never came back and said, you know what? I am so sorry to all of the people that may have felt like I downed them about wanting to change anything about themselves, or people that wanted to be like me and be as big as me. You know what? I realized that being that size actually wasn't healthy for me. It wasn't positive for me. And although I love myself enough to change this about myself. I'm changing my body and I'm changing my health, not because I hate myself or don't like myself, but because I love myself. That's why I'm doing it. And yeah, I may be confident, or maybe she's honest and says, you know what? I wasn't always as confident as I portrayed myself to be. I wasn't always as confident. Yeah, I put on the show. I put on a front, but when I had a conversation with myself, I realized that's not really me. That's not really who I want to be. And I decided to change it. And I'm sorry for all of those that may feel like I'm letting them down by changing myself. Right? Wouldn't that have been so inspiring coming from Lizzo? Yes, I'm beautiful because I'm fat. Wow, my thing didn't disconnect. Let me not push my luck. Let me get up these goddamn stairs. The universe is on my side right now. Let me not push my luck. Let me get up these stairs and get to this Wi-Fi. Ooh, let me get to this Wi-Fi. Ooh, I didn't bring a charger with me. That's a problem. Upstairs is still my boyfriend's charger. But yeah, that would have been so inspiring. Coming from her. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's just. Anyway, I said this to say, because she's the perfect example. She's the perfect example of people saying I'm beautiful because I'm fat, right? This is the vain part of it. And I call it fake. They were being fake vain, because I don't even feel like they believed what they were saying. That's the shit that pissed me off. Like, you gaslight the whole entire world into pretending that you actually like being super morbidly obese. Like, can we be fucking real for a second? I know I'm supposed to be working on my whole positivity thing, but I promise y'all this is related. Because what I'm trying to say is, not only do we forget to be positive to ourselves, but then we have other people breathing down our necks trying to make us feel bad for wanting to feel and look better, right? So can we just be fucking honest and say that being fat is hard? Being obese is hard? So you're not going to convince me that being Lizzo's prior size, that wasn't fucking damn near impossible on a day-to-day basis. Like, you're not going to convince me that she wasn't, I don't want to say miserable, but like physically uneasy on a day-to-day basis. And sometimes we're not willing to admit, like sometimes, okay, for example, when I watch My 600 Pound Life, right? I look at these people, some of them genuinely want to change and some of them don't, right? But for the most part, I'm like, damn, I can't imagine what it's like to get to 600 pounds, because for me, my body literally starts to break a fucking part once I start pushing past 220 pounds. My sleep starts to suffer. Everything fucking hurts. I start to get boils under my arms, as if like the fucking whatever's going wrong in my body has nowhere to go, and it's like coming out of my freaking lymph nodes. Like, I don't know if it's sugar, if it's fat, like, I don't know, or inflammation, water retention, whatever. My body starts to fall the fuck apart. I can't breathe. My clothes don't fit. I'm in so much pain. I'm depressed. I go through so much when my weight gets, I mean, to me right now, even though I'm working on it, technically, being 190 pounds-ish, 188, I'm still 50 pounds overweight, so I would still consider my weight, quote-unquote, out of control. But I mean, like, I'm conscious of it right now. When I stop being conscious of it and my weight just goes up, it's suffering. It's suffering. Like, it's hard being overweight. It's fucking hard. I cannot wait to do the stream, right? You know what today's stream was originally going to be about, but I'm not ready to do it? It was originally going to be about what's one thing you couldn't do when you were at your highest weight that you love doing now? Or that you, if you're not at your goal or whatever, what's one thing that you couldn't do that you can't wait to do? I've already shared what my thing was, but there's other stuff too. Like, I can't wait to be picked up. I don't let people pick me up. I don't let my man pick me up. I don't let nobody pick me up. I can't wait to be picked up and spun around like a fairy. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I can't wait, okay? I can't. And there's certain, like, there's certain sports and things, not sports, but like there's certain activities and things that I want to do that I just refuse to do at nearly 200 pounds, like ziplining. I'm not doing it. You're not putting me, listen, me and gravity don't go together. You're not suspending me above the earth at 150 to 100 pounds overweight. I'm not doing it. I refuse. I don't care what the weight limit is. I don't care if the weight limit is 350 pounds and I'm only 200 pounds. I'm not getting up there. I'm not getting up there. I'm not getting up there. Okay? All right? So I said that to say, like when certain shit don't fit, right? Like when you're simple shit, like when, and I'm not saying anybody should feel bad about these things. I'm just sharing my experiences, right? Like when you suddenly can't fit in a seat the way you used to be able to fit in a seat, or you get on an airplane and your thigh is like spilling over into the next seat. Now, some people may have had to deal with that their whole entire lives, which is also like a different level of, like, you don't even know, like right, like going back to what Delilah was saying of, like, I don't even know what it's like to do certain normal things because I never could, because I've always been over 200 pounds. So there's that group of people, and then there's the group of people that it's like your weight slowly creeps up on you, or even it comes on really quickly, and then suddenly certain shit just don't feel right no more. Getting on the plane and the seatbelt is too tight, and it's like, wait, I've never had that problem before. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is that I don't know where the glamour, the glitz and glamour of being obese, like, where are y'all getting that from? Where are y'all getting that from? So much so that you would treat people like they're the crazy ones for no longer wanting to be obese or overweight. What is glamorous? Listen, I'm not saying people are supposed to hate themselves. I'm just asking, why force everybody to celebrate something that is actually quite unfortunate? Why do you got to force everybody else to celebrate it? Why do you got to force everybody else? And then if you're not excited about it or celebrating it, you're fat phobic. You're fat phobic. Anyway, I said that to say that I went off on the whole segue about fat acceptance because of Lizzo. I can't stand her. I can't stand her. She's so fucking fake. She gets on my goddamn nerves. Like, she done started losing weight, which I'm happy about, but she's not coming back and correcting the record, and I really hate that. Like, that shit really gets on my nerves, because it's like, what about all the people that come back and apologize to those people, and it's not that bad to lose 100 pounds. Actually, your joints might feel better, your bones might feel better, your confidence might feel better. I'm not saying everybody that's overweight or obese has a lack of confidence. I'm saying most of us do. And you're not going to convince me otherwise. I mean, if 10 people come in here before the end of this live, which they won't, but if 10 people comment saying, you know what, I've been obese my whole life and I've never felt more confident, then I'll believe you. I'll shut my mouth about that. If I get 10 people, I'll give you to the end of the year. If I get 10 people say, you know what, Vanity, you're actually wrong. I've been obese. I am obese. I've always been obese, and I've never felt more confident. I've never been more happy. I've never actually wanted to lose weight. Lose weight? Why? Who needs to lose weight? I feel great. My body doesn't hurt. My energy is great. My sleep is great. Yeah, I binge, but who, what's wrong with a little binge? Like if I get 10 people before the end of the year to tell me that, then I'll take it back. I'll take it back. In fact, I'll interview them. How about that? I'll interview them. So, with that being said, let's get back into some positivity. My rant is over. I appreciate those that commented saying that you have not worked on your positive self-talk, because a year ago, that was me. Now, I've worked on it since, because I don't like what it feels like to be depressed. Depression is hard. And not to say that if you don't experience, if you don't practice positive self-talk, that you're depressed. No. But my lack of positive self-talk was attached to depression. It was attached to depression, and depression is hard. It's freaking hard. And when you come somewhat out on the other side of it, it's a scary idea to have to go back, is the point that I'm trying to make. Yes, everybody hit the like. So I have to work extra hard to remind myself, like, okay, you're being a little negative here. Like, you lost 54 pounds and you're still complaining. Hold on there. Like, hold on. Why are you, like, it's okay to still have work to do, but it's like, you're not even going to try to look at this on the bright side at all. Because I've been pretty much ignoring my last 15, 12, 13, 12. I don't know, something like that. I've been pretty much ignoring my last few. Okay, important phone call. My bad. I gotta go take these curtains down for this lady. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Very, 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 very important phone call that I cannot talk through on my live stream. Okay, I'm gonna scroll back and I'm gonna get to some of y'all comments, because y'all was in this chat cutting up, and I want to get caught up. Okay, so I'm gonna start from where my sound got better. There are levels in fat acceptance. The bigger you are, the more you're. And you know what, Delilah? Oh God, we're going back. We're going backwards. Because I didn't read the comments. Okay, hold on. Let me disconnect for a second and see if I can message this lady. Hold on. Okay. All right. Y'all was cutting up in these comments. All right. So let me see. Okay. All right. Y'all was cutting up in these comments. All right. So let me see. Fat acceptance. So the bigger you are, the more you're respected. Absolutely. Like that is crazy. And that's a way to gaslight people into not talking about the problems with being overweight. You know what's another way they gaslight? Telling you not to step on a scale at the doctor. Because they don't want people, like I said, because they haven't figured it out, they don't want other people to figure out that there's a problem with obesity. I'm glad you brought this up, because I need more to be more consistent with positive thoughts. I do it sometimes, but not all the time, Sydney. Okay, so let me tell you this. Nobody has to be positive all the time. The question is, are you ever positive about yourself? Do you ever say anything good about yourself? Are you even a little vain? Like, yes, we need to work on our vanity. It's okay to be like, oh my gosh, who's that girl in the mirror? Who's that guy? Like, it's okay. So the idea isn't to, like, I think being positive all the time is incredibly fake. There are some people that are genuinely just positive. Like, you're just positive people. They never see the downside of anything. To me, sometimes those people can be so, like, warm to be around. But when shit gets hard or when shit hits the fan, they get off into the Lulu land because they never see the downside of anything. So that can be somewhat toxic. I think that it's okay to critique oneself, but remember to be proud of how far you have come. Absolutely. Um, Fat acceptance being fake, and I fully agree. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're not fat. You look like a strong Angel Reese. I don't think I look like Angel Reese, but thank you. Congrats on the extra weight loss, Michelle. If you think your home scale is in error, maybe you need a new scale or simply need to replace the batteries. Also, are you wearing the same clothes? I don't ever pay attention to what the scale says in my doctor. I'm sorry because I'm fully dressed. I don't pay attention to that. Well, that's me. That's my psychology because I'm fully dressed. And when I weigh in at home, I'm not dressed. So there's going to be a difference in the scale. Speaking straight facts, I feel like Lizzo's biggest thing was I'm beautiful because I'm fat, not I am fat because I'm beautiful. Oh, not I'm fat and I'm beautiful. Yes, absolutely. And that's fake as hell. I don't trust the scale at the doctor's office. I don't trust that scale. Unless they're going to let me take off my clothes, I ain't counting that. I'm not counting that. One thing I know about scales is that they are different. Yep. Hi, Beauty in London. Lizzo's the queen of gaslighters. I can't stand her. No, I fully agree with you. This is part of the reason why there's so much negativity involved in losing weight. It's disgusting to me. That's why so many people judge us for using medication. Well, they can go eat rocks. Don't even kick them. Eat them. Break all your teeth and eat them. Or eat them and break all your teeth. I don't care. Swallow them. Even brand new scales can require. Yeah, listen. I only will count the weight from the same scale, right? Like whatever scale you use as your marker, that's the scale that you track your weight loss on. I don't care what they're talking about at the doctor. If you have some dumbbells, put them on the scale and see if it's off. Being fat is not only really hard, it's very expensive financially, emotionally, and physically. Yep. At almost 500 pounds, I was known as, I want to say it's called super fat. Okay. But it's probably like super duper fat. I was trying to think like what the names were. I think it's like small fat, death fat, super fat. They got like 7 levels of fats. Like what is with all the classism and the fats? like how are you going to have a hierarchy of fat? Where, like you said, the bigger you are, the more respect you get. That's the problem. I was fully dressed at home. Yeah, it's just different scales are going to say different things. No clothes at home, doctor fully dressed. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so I'm caught up. So yeah, so basically that whole tangent about fat acceptance surrounding Lizzo is just like it's so fake. It's so fake, and the gaslighting is insane. And it's not just them gaslighting like a small group of people. Like these people with a lot of influence, they gaslight the world. They gaslight the whole entire world into being afraid to say things that are complete. Like honestly, somebody else's weight is not your business. But when they showcase their weight to the world, then it's like, sure, it is my business because you put it out there for everybody to comment on. Lizzo, you know what I mean? And y'all notice how everywhere she go now, she got clothes on. Listen, everywhere this lady go now, she has clothes on. Don't y'all see something, I won't say wrong with that, but odd about that? She went from look at me, look at me, look at me, look at my body, look at my body, look at all my fat, and taking her clothes off everywhere, or showing up everywhere with no clothes on, to now she got on clothes everywhere she go. What do y'all think about that? Does that seem normal to y'all? Is it because was she not wearing clothes before because she was trying to force her body on the world? She was trying to force the acceptance of her body, and she was being fake about her accepting her own body. Because if you truly accept your body, you change it, and that's why I'm saying there's nothing wrong with saying I don't accept this. I want to change it. In fact, I don't accept it. You ain't gotta hate yourself. Just I don't accept it. I want something different, so I'm gonna work on having something different. It's that simple. It's really that simple. Like, my gosh, it's so simple, it's crazy. It's so simple that it's crazy. They have little respect for small. Yeah, I realized that when I was watching a TikTok. and they said something about like a size 18, and they were like small fat. And I'm like, wait, so we're being classist about your fat now? You think she enjoyed being fetishized, Jen? That's one way to look at it. What I felt like, or what I feel like, because I didn't really care when she, like, I wasn't a Lizzo fan, so I never paid attention to her career. Every time she popped up in my newsfeed, she was naked somewhere, and then she popped up losing weight. What I thought when it came to Lizzo was that the reason, like, now that she's losing weight, what I felt was that she was taking her clothes off everywhere because she was trying to pretend she was confident. It was fake confidence. It was, I'm so confident I don't gotta wear clothes, no matter how big I am. I'm beautiful because I'm big. And you must say so, because if you don't, then you're fatphobic. Does she have a man now who asks her to dress more appropriate? Is it her lawsuit? I have no idea. When I weigh myself at home, I do it first thing in the morning and I take everything off. Even my silk bonnet. Not the bonnet, every ounce counts. That's true, I take everything off. I don't even weigh myself with my phone in my hand. But that comes from, that's a psychological thing we gotta work through. Because really, does our bonnet and our phone add that much weight? Like, so I was registering my new scale, not registering, but connecting it to the app, the new mini one. When I stepped on the scale, it said 188 point something. Then when I stepped on the scale to connect it to Bluetooth, I had my phone in my hand and it synced at 189. I'm like, ain't that some shit? I was like, you know what? Y'all can have that little couple ounces. That's fine. You can have that little couple ounces. That's fine. Whatever. Whatever. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. So, despite Lizzo being toxic as hell, the point is, I want people to consider that once you've established you have a weight problem, you somewhat to some extent have to accept that you'll have a weight problem for the rest of your life. So it's going to be a journey and potentially a challenge for the rest of your life. But that doesn't mean we're not signing up for this journey, right? If I have to fight at 140 pounds versus 240 pounds, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fight at 140 pounds instead of 240 pounds. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Can you take the curtain down for me? Can you take those down for me? The curtains? Oh, I got the spackle. That's what this package is. I got a stack of those TV mount holes. I'm going to close this. I'm actually not going to be on here much longer. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to be on here much longer. But I definitely I just wanted to make sure, look, y'all, I didn't lose my ring after all. I thought I lost it. I thought the journey of life jinxed me into losing it. But this is going to be like impossible to stand up. I struggle with the positive self-talk because I'm a negative Nancy, you know? I am. I'm a negative Nancy. I am a negative Nancy. And sometimes I just gotta remind myself, like I said, because I have a fear of slipping back into a depression. Also, and you know what it is? Like, I don't want to lose weight and then still feel like, damn, something still don't feel right. I fear that. I fear making it to my goal weight. Okay, how do I put this? Who has ever felt, oh, hey, Taisha, it takes practice. You'll get it. Also, hello, hi. Oh my gosh, Taisha, I have a title of a video. I'm gonna review one of your videos. I can't recall if it's the last one. No, because I went back to some of your oldest videos. And I watched one where you were talking about being a vegan. And you had mentioned Chick-fil-A and all of that. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm totally... Oh, the one I commented on, that one. So, I'm gonna review it. And the title is, oh no, she's a vegan. That's the title. Oh no, she's a vegan. I be side-eyeing the vegans like, don't come for me because I eat meat. So I was happy to hear that you used to eat Chick-fil-A. I was like, oh, I knew I was reviewing that. I said, oh, she used to eat Chick-fil-A? I got this. this. I was like, I got this. Can you find a bag to put it in? And then the lady said she got an appointment or something, so she's just gonna come get it. I'm not gonna be here when she comes, so I'm gonna leave it outside for her. Hopefully the bugs don't get to it. These people are into like porch pickups. So they're like, can you just leave it outside for me? I guess. I was a Chick-fil-A addict. Oh my gosh, she's a vegan. I can't wait to review it. I thought I was gonna get to do it sooner, but I didn't. So we're gonna talk about that. Because I feel like oftentimes I feel so. Let me tell you, Taisha, real quick before I get off of here. I was talking about how we were talking about diets, and I was talking about how the vegans are on one end of the spectrum, the vegans and the fruitarians, and then the carnivores are on the other. And I feel like the vegans and the carnivores look at everybody in the middle that eat both as if we're the problem. Because you know, some vegans are very extreme. They take veganism very seriously, and I think those are more so the ethical vegans. I'm not sure why you're vegan. I didn't get that far into your content, but I'm gonna keep watching. But like, I would lean more toward. Oh my God, I didn't tell y'all. I got into it with my Uber driver when I got to Chicago. He was a vegan. My Uber driver was a vegan, and he was trying to come at me about eating meat. I was like, yeah, I live on chicken. He's like, yeah, of course you do. You're black. He was black. He's like, yeah, of course you like chicken. You're black. And I'm like, I had a response, but I'm not gonna say it on here. But so we was going back and forth about like veganism versus being a freaking omnivore. I'm like, we can do both. Like, we can do both. We can eat, and it's not my objective to change anybody's mind, but vegans and carnivores, they get real beside themselves about people that eat both. They get real beside themselves. Like, the vegans get real beside themselves about meat eaters, and the carnivores get real beside themselves about produce eaters. And it's just like, why? I never had Chick-fil-A, only recently when we have one in Boston, but there is nowhere to park. That makes sense. If I gotta spin the block to get into your establishment, I'm not going. They are definitely out there. I'm the only one in my family, so I get it. I don't lecture people, but if I'm asked, I'll definitely share. Yeah. So you're gonna be my next installment of my satire. So don't be mad at me. I'll be gentle. And then we could talk about it if we do an interview, we can talk about it. Or it doesn't have to be an interview. It can just be a conversation. I live that plant-based lifestyle also, and I do actively encourage it, but no force at all. I just tell people how it has made sense for me. Was the American black? Was he American black? Yes. I just said, was the American black? Yeah, he was American. He was black. Apparently, all of the guys in all of his brothers are vegans, and all the girls are not. I had some words because he was really trying to come at me. He was really trying. It wasn't an angry thing, but it was like a heated debate. I wish I had recorded it, but he was just like really like. I think he said like God said don't eat meat or something like that, or I don't want to misquote, but it was something to the extent of like, oh, not God said don't eat meat. It was like if God wanted you to eat meat, he would have something or other. I said, God put chickens here for me. What you talking about? He put chicken and pork here. He put bacon and chicken wings on this earth for me. He knew I was coming. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Oh, you know what it is? He said, if God wanted you to eat meat, you wouldn't have to cook it. That's what he said. If God wanted you to eat meat, you wouldn't have to cook it. I told him God put chickens and little piglets here for me. God knew I was gonna live on bacon and chicken tenders. The Lord knew before I got here. Amen. So I don't know what to tell you, sir. Like, how you gonna weaponize God because I eat chicken? How you gonna weaponize God because I eat chicken and tell me God don't want me to eat chicken? Then why he put the chickens here? Like, why he put them there then? What are you talking about? I'm dead. Like, how I'm responding. This is how the conversation went. I'm like, what do you mean he put them there for me to eat? What are you talking about? He put them there for me. And then he was like, oh, you wouldn't have to, if God wanted you to eat meat, you wouldn't have to season it and you wouldn't have to cook it. You're not gonna convince me that God is not on my side and I'm not even religious. If there is a God, he put chicken in little piglets and little bacons here for me. What are you talking about? That's all I eat. I mean, that's like about 80% of what I eat. So we was going, he was saying a bunch of stuff. Like, he was literally trying to make the case for veganism. And I'm like, he didn't know who he was talking to, right? So, like, consider what y'all know about my personality now. This man had no idea who he was talking to. Like, he didn't realize he was dealing with somebody that had time and that was gonna, like, push back on his argument. And that it was like a 45-minute ride to my destination as well. It was like a 45-minute. I hope I didn't break that. A 45-minute ride. So we was going back and forth about chicken the whole time. And I'm like, you do know we can do both. You do know we're omnivores. We're not herbivores. We're not carnivores. That's a choice that people make. You can do both. You don't have to do both, but you can. You don't have to pick a side, but you can. Taisha gonna have to log out soon. Oh my gosh, I have to get caught up. I don't know her content, but the very first video I decided to watch, she talked about Chick-fil-A and being a vegan. I was like, bet, let's review it. I was like, bet, let's review it. Let's talk about it. I'll be gentle. I'll be myself. But yeah, so like, I don't mind having a conversation with and you know what's crazy? The person whose house I was staying at was a vegan. 2 vegans in one trip. 2 vegans in one trip. I'm not anti-vegan. I used to be anti-vegan when I was first learning about keto and carnivore. I used to look at vegans like y'all are something wrong with y'all. I don't feel that way anymore. Now I'm more balanced where it's like you can choose whichever diet works for you. Like I used to have this one size fits all mindset. Like everybody should be low carb. Everybody should eat meat. Everybody should. Now, not so much. It's just like, I may not understand, but I feel like people should do what's best for them individually. Like when people say, what's the best diet? No, what's the best diet for you? Just like some people can lose weight doing carnivores, some people can lose weight and get healthier biological markers, like with their blood tests and stuff, or I should say metabolic markers. They can do it being a vegan. It's not a big deal. It's really not. It becomes a big deal with people's arguments about why they chose the lifestyle that they chose, the diet that they chose. When people talk about their reasoning behind choosing it and why their answer is the answer for everybody else, that's when it becomes a problem. Because for me, like, I'm one person that believes that you're not gonna die if you don't eat vegetables. I'm just one of I lean more toward the carnivores, but I don't like the carnivore mindset. Just like, not for Taisha, because I haven't watched the videos yet, but typically the vegan mindset of like, no, this is the only way. Carnivores, like, they're at two ends, the two opposite ends of the spectrum, and they're both on the extreme ends where it's like, there's people that go vegan and mind their business. There's people that go carnivore and mind their business, but then there are the vegans and the carnivores that look toward the people in the middle like, no, you should be over here. And it's like, but you don't have to. Like, people don't have to eat that way just because you chose to eat that way, or because you solved your medical issues eating that way. So I don't really have a problem with either. I was very unhealthy. I was a very unhealthy vegan before. It's really just about animals for me. I'm a mind my business ethical vegan. Period. Thank you for the update. Okay. So I gotta sneeze. But if I turn the camera off, it's not gonna come out. My sneezes are bougie. They want to be seen and heard. Okay. I'm trying. Like, I know as soon as I mute or turn off the camera, it's gonna go away. My nose is itchy. I took my Claritin this morning trying to get ahead of it, but it's almost like it's not working. My nose is itchy. Mind my business, ethical vegan. Period. Period. Like I said, some people go vegan and mind their business. I don't eat a lot of produce, and I mind mine. I don't be looking at produce eaters like you shouldn't be eating that. You shouldn't be eating that. At the most, I'll make a joke about it being some rabbit food, but that's it. That's it. I don't look at them. Like like I said, every now and again I'll have some fruit, vegetables, or like kaputs. I would like to be a person that eats vegetables. I just refuse to try. I'm working on it here. We're one thing at a time. We're talking about positive thoughts right now. The whole vegetables thing. But yeah, so I'm gonna review that video. Would love for the world to stop eating meat, of course. I know humans have a long way to go. I'm coming for you, Taisha, because you're not taking my bacon away, okay? I eat bacon and eggs almost every day. Until I switched the brand, like before I switched the brand, I would eat bacon and eggs every day. Now that I'm on brand, my body doesn't want it every day. So it's very annoying. I try to fight it, but it doesn't work. So every other day. Don't take my bacon away, okay? That's why I draw the line, okay? Don't take my bacon away. But there are reasons like why, like just like an ethical vegan would have reason. Okay, you know what it is? So, like an ethical vegan would care more about. I almost said the humanity of animals, Lord. No, the livelihood of animals. That was wrong. The livelihood of animals, and then there's like they're the vegans or vegetarians that necessarily aren't concerned about the ethics and more so thinking like, oh, meat is unhealthy, therefore. I think it's the ones that go that route that I tend to have more of a problem with. The ones that want to make like if you make an ethical argument, there's really no reason for me to debate. You know what I mean? There's really no reason for me to debate, except with that dude in the car. He was trying to make like not a religious, but like a spiritual, I guess, argument, and I'm like, you're not gonna weaponize God against me. God put the chickens here for me. Okay? You've met the one that God had in mind when he put chickens down here, down yonder. You've officially met the one. Okay? So that ain't gonna work with me. That ain't gonna, God said that's not gonna work with me. That's not gonna work. Now when so with the ethical vegans, there's really not much debate there. Like there's no reason to debate someone's ethics. You know what I mean? Not in that case. Like there's really no reason to debate that. But when it comes to the health conscious vegans, right, that feel like they're being health conscious about the fact that, oh, meat is bad for you. Now there is where I have a debate. There is where I'm steadfast. Meat is good for you. Not, oh, you can eat meat, you cannot eat it. Meat is good for you. When it comes to produce, I'm like, you can eat it, you cannot eat it. You'll be fine either way. You're with Tanisha, so are you an ethical vegan, Teddy? You said plant-based, you didn't say vegan. I'm not really sure if there's a difference. And if you're not, why would you say you hope that people would like learn to not eat meat anymore, Teddy? Like I can roughly understand Tanisha's idea. No, Taisha. About the ethics when it comes to animals. So what's your reasoning, Teddy? Is it about the animals and their livelihood? And I think somebody said, I think he also asked, like, you don't feel bad that, like, the chickens aren't alive anymore? And I was like, no, and it's not because I'm not an animal lover. I'm about to go take care of some chickens right now. I'm not going to go kill the chickens to eat them. As much as I love chicken, I'm going to take care of some chickens this week. I'm not going to go 86 the chickens just because I want some chicken. I'm not going to go 86 somebody's chickens just because I want some chicken. I'm not about to do that. So I was like, no, like, that doesn't make me a monster just because I don't feel bad about the chicken that's in the grocery store. I am both. I eat plant-based for health purposes, and I also have ethical concerns regarding it. I love to go to the zoo, but struggle because they are not in their natural environment. I love the zoo. I struggle with the polar bears. I wouldn't necessarily say I struggle with all of the animals in the zoo, but I struggle with the polar bears because typically I go to the zoo in the summer, and I'm like, why y'all got these polar bears out here in this heat? This don't seem right, Lord. But I still go to the zoo because I love them. I love them. I love them. I love animals. I really do. So you think ethically we shouldn't harm animals for our own consumption? I can understand that. I disagree with you, but I can understand that. I believe in the food chain. I believe in, like, and I don't believe humans are the top of the food chain. I don't know why we teach that, because you put me in the ocean, I'm a goner. You put me in the ocean with a great white, I am a goner. You put me in a savannah with a leopard, I'm a goner. So I don't know how we're the top of the food chain. We might be at the top of the societal chain, as in, like, we have the capacity to build and innovate and create and kill and create, and we have decision making, we have discernment. So we may be at the top of, like, that. But you put me in the ocean with Jaws, and I'm not making it out. I'm not making it out. I'm definitely not a zoo girl. My husband is. Your husband likes the zoo. Okay. Since we've been together, I've been once, and I'm still not a fan. I saw a Facebook video today about a delivery of 2 tons of ice to a polar bear. I can't with the polar bears. Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it. I hate when I go to the zoo and see polar bears. Oh my God. Like the polar bear exhibit, I never look for it. I just happen to pass it, and I'm just like, so I stopped for a minute, and I'm like, that is miserable. That looks just, we can do zoos without polar bears. Like we can totally do that. I've also been to SeaWorld. I love SeaWorld. I'm a big dolphin girly. I love SeaWorld. Oh my gosh, I love SeaWorld. Did I get the impression that of, like, misery? No. But I think it's because over the decades, the trainers at SeaWorld have learned to treat these animals with some not humanity, but treat them with some consideration, because there was a time period where killer whales would kill the trainers. They drowned them because they wasn't treating them right. In fact, when I was at SeaWorld, one of the killer whales got mad. Well, I don't know if it was mad, but sidebar real quick. So I was at SeaWorld looking at the killer whale show, and they had gates in the water to separate the tank, right? So that the killer whales couldn't come, the orcas couldn't come out by the stage until they were ready for them. Man, this one orca started banging on that gate, like boom, 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 just banging on the gate. And we started looking around in the audience. We was like, and there was a trainer on the stage, and the whales can get onto the stage once they're let into that portion of the water. So we started looking around like, is something, do we need to run? like we don't want to see this trainer get eaten in front of us. Like, all right, we don't know what y'all done did to this whale, but if it's upset now, let us know and we will exit. If y'all don't have this under control, let us know and we'll go. So we all looking around at each other in the audience kind of awkwardly, and the trainer is on stage getting nervous.
because everybody's aware that this whale is clearly either upset or ready to play or whatever, but we don't know. All we hear is boom, 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 banging into the gate. And we just like, are y'all gonna do something? Are we, what's about to happen? We don't want to see this lady be dinner. She started nervous. She started getting nervous and stuttering, and I was just like, this is so uncomfortable. So she was like, okay, you know, they're not ready right now. We're gonna give them some time. So she starts stalling. She starts stalling like a motherfucker, and I'm just like ready to run at a moment's notice. Like I know they ain't got feet, so they're not about to come up in these stands. But if they come on that stage and get her ass, I don't want to see it. I don't want to be a witness. I will close my eyes and run for the exits. I think the orca just wanted to play, like it was ready to do the show. So when they finally calmed down, they let them out, and they came and they did the show, and they got on the stage, and they hop out of the water and they slide onto the stage for their treats, and then they kind of like flip themselves back into the water. So she didn't get eaten, y'all. Oh my gosh, that lady thought she was a goner. You could hear it in her voice that she was scared, like she thought she was a goner. But yeah, so the orcas used to kill the trainers at SeaWorld. So they learned to leave them animals alone. They learned to wait until the animals are ready to participate. Another time at SeaWorld, same time but different dolphin tank, I was doing a dolphin experience. These were is it bottlenose or bottleneck? I think it's bottlenose dolphins, whatever. The gray ones. And so we were up at the tank where we could pet them. Oh, it was so cute. And you know, they're trained to participate. They're trained to splash the water and all of that, and do the dance. They're trained to do all of that. And this one dolphin did not want to participate. The second that dolphin did not respond to that trainer, they said, okay, it's fine. She doesn't have to. They left her ass. They left that dolphin alone. When that trainer blew the whistle, like come on, and that dolphin didn't want to cooperate, she said, okay, that's fine. She doesn't have to right now. She doesn't want to. They learned their motherfucking lesson because their lives are on the line. Bottlenose, okay, they learned their lesson because them animals ain't stupid. Okay, I'm definitely not a zoo girl. Okay, sorry about that. The way he rolled around, it broke my heart. Why is a polar bear in a hot environment? Yeah, I hate it. I ate meat, but you won't catch me at a zoo or a circus. I love the circus too. I do. I really do. And don't get mad when wild animals attack. I was at SeaWorld in Orlando the day Shamu was killed. Shamu killed his trainer. Oh my gosh. I don't think we get enough protein from plants. Protein is the building block in every cell. Hey Renee, that's how I feel. That's why I don't understand the whole vegan thing or vegetarian thing, but I'll talk about it when I do the review. All the food is contaminated. The fruit and the vegetables, not the same. We just need to pray over the food and eat it in moderation. I get why one would think that, Renee, and that was my experience when I first went vegan, but not now. I've learned which plant-based foods are high in protein, and now I get plenty. What about fats, Teddy? Orcas are the world's largest species of dolphin. I always find the killer whale name bothersome because it causes confusion. Yeah, killer whale, orca, I interchange them because they're named both. They're named both. Yeah. So sometimes I'll be like that whale, even though I'm talking about a dolphin. Teddy, I ain't gonna lie, Teddy, you would have to school me a little bit. I'm willing to have an open mind. Getting plenty of protein from plants seems far-fetched to me. It seems, I'm not saying impossible, seems far-fetched. And then we would have to go into the differences in the protein produced, that you get, the type of protein you get from plants versus the ones you get from animals. I track macros, your diet is very, very balanced. So where do you get your fat from if you're on a plant-based diet? How do you get enough fat? Healthy fats. How do you get enough healthy fats? So like the way that I do it is I eat the fat that comes with my meat. So bacon is already fatty. I don't get low. I don't eat like, if I eat turkey bacon, it's because it's a treat, not because I'm trying to avoid fat. I get butter. I don't do margarine. I use butter. I like Amish butter. Amish butter is really good. Like, I know Irish butter gets a really good reputation, but honestly, I have found that I like Amish butter better. Um, Olive oil, cream. I get it from dairy. In the Bible, Jesus addressed this. We shouldn't judge about what others eat. I could go vegan one day, but don't plan to. I just pray over my food. Yeah, we're not in here judging. I'm guessing the fats are from nuts or oils from the nuts. Taisha is over there drinking her water and minding her business, but she's doing her damn thing being a vegan. You better go ahead. I'm still gonna review the video. I'm still gonna review the video. I ain't trying to change Taisha's mind. I'm just trying to I'm happy to know that there's a vegan with a channel that wasn't always vegan that now I can review their content. I get between 110 and 140 daily as far as protein. Is that protein? My eyes are itchy. I was tracking macros for about a year, and it's on my Instagram. Nuts, avocados, peanut butter. Peanut butter and avocados and nuts are a good source of fats. Good sources of fats. Fats, nuts, and legumes. Things like avocados and peanut butter. Oh my god, my eyes are itching. I think my allergies are like really jacked up right now. Oh gosh. I should have rubbed them, but oh god. Oh, my eyes are dry and itchy. Okay, so when I go do the video, I'll do it live. When I do the video, when I do the review, actually, I don't think the video was about being a vegan. I just happened to hear her talk about it in the video. So I picked that one. But maybe there's a better one that I can review. We'll see. Or maybe I'll just stick to that one. We'll see. When I review the video, y'all can come into the chat windmilling for the vegans. And this is not an attack on veganism. It's not at all. It's not to attack vegans or say that they're doing something wrong. I just want to have a conversation about, like, it just so happens that I'm starting with vegans. We were supposed to talk about all diets together, but other topics keep coming up. But we were supposed to do Jen's topic of diets in general, right? Like, what's a good diet, what's a bad diet. We were supposed to cover them all. Not all, but you know what I mean, like cover several. No to all the you can't get your protein being a vegan, and you know how I feel about food. Are you saying that it's a misconception that you can't get your protein being a vegan? Is that what you're saying, Jen? I'd never judge another person for how they eat because I think we can all learn and consider other perspectives. Yeah, Teddy's much more positive than I am. Like, Teddy's much more positive than me. I want some eggs now, but don't feel like cooking. I feel like I have good aversion some days. Honestly, I gotta go back to my house. I'm at my apartment now. I have to come get these curtains. But I was actually supposed to do something else and I got distracted on this live. I'm actually about to get out of here. Because maybe I can still swing what I've been trying to do for the next 2 hours before work. A duo live, vegan and meat eaters. Well, but that's the thing. Like that's not. Those aren't the only options. That's the point that I was trying to make about the carnivores and the vegans. Those aren't only the. Oh my gosh, those aren't the only two options. And it's not necessarily a versus. It's just a discussion about the different options, but people treat it like a versus. We treat it like a versus. I believe Taisha does a good job proving that. She does a good job proving that. Oh, I'm not caught up on the content. I wouldn't know. I would not know. Like I said, I just picked the first video that I saw. And it's not a debunking video. It's not a debunking reaction. It's literally just a review. I didn't even finish it, so I don't even know what the rest of the video is about. I just got excited that she was a vegan. I just got excited. It's not like, let's debunk this vegan. It's literally just a review. It's just to talk about whatever the video was talking about. I get enough protein, fats, and I love our carbs. Okay. the most popular options, I think. And it's also for me to learn. Like I left a comment on her video saying, I side-eye the vegans, but teach me, teach me, teach me. I was like, teach me what I need to know. I would never be a vegan, but teach me so that I'm, more educated about it. Because as of right now, I do feel like I don't believe that. It is my understanding that vegans and vegetarians have a problem getting enough protein, but like I said, I don't know nothing. That's just what I've been thinking. Like that's just the common understanding, but that don't make it correct. And I'm not necessarily trying to review her video to debunk anything. I'm just reviewing it just to review it. So, I don't even, like I said, I don't know what she talks about in the rest of the video. So, we'll see. I'm so tired and I'm hungry. My muffin didn't do what I needed it to do because it actually wasn't that good. Now that I've had my injection today, the muffin was a little too sweet. I didn't enjoy it. Did not enjoy it at all. I didn't like that. I didn't really like that. I'm waiting for a carnivore. I'm hoping. Do y'all think there's a chance that a carnivore would be on the GLP-1? I'm hoping that a carnivore would come and let us know that they're carnivores so that I can do the same thing. Like hopefully they got a channel and stuff so that I can say, okay, we found us a carnivore that's on a GLP-1. You were on the GLP-1, right? Wait, I just dawned on me, like, wait, you are on the GLP-1, aren't you? Did I ask you that before? It's definitely a common misconception, and there are a lot of vegans that don't get enough. Oh, okay. I'm like, did I even ask if she was? Okay, all right. Yeah. So I would like a carnivore. I would like to have a carnivore watch. I try keto, but I don't. I'm a fan of keto for other people. I am a fan of carnivore for other people. I'm not doing keto. I don't like keto for me. I don't like it for me. I get too much. The fat burning is so aggressive that it makes me sick. The ketones make me sick. Like physically sick. So I don't really like keto for me in my body. I struggle with the symptoms too much. I've done all the research in the world on keto food and I just can't get beyond it. I can't get beyond it. I know a few carnivores who are on GLP-1s, but I don't know any with channels. I wish I did. That would be so cool. There's one carnivore, the woman who was on The Biggest Loser. Is she on the GLP-1? I'm particularly looking for one that's on the GLP-1 because, to be honest, I do have an assumption that if people are on carnivore, they are like they've already started working on controlling their weight. So, and like I feel like they would be less willing to get on the GLP-1. That's what I was asking. Yeah, that's what I was asking. I just feel like carnivore is like I'm pro carnivore for other people that have tried it and had success on it. I'm just not pro carnivore for me. I lean more toward carnivore, but I'm not carnivore. I like starch too much to be carnivore. On a GLP-1, okay. Do you know the channel? Hardcore carnivore. Hardcore carnivore to me would mean you don't even season your meat because seasonings are produce. Seasonings come from plants. Is she that hardcore? Because if you ain't that hardcore, you ain't hardcore. I mean, carnivore is hardcore in and of itself. But if you're talking hardcore beyond that, she must not eat seasonings. That's when carnivore lost me. When they started discussing seasonings and how seasonings are plants, I was like, you've lost me, damn it. You've lost me, damn it. You've lost me, damn it. I wish you know what, I have another phone. I was gonna say, I wish I could do this research real quick. Let's see about the difference in plant protein versus animal protein. Let's see. What's you still watching. What's the positive? You didn't tell me what your positive non-scale victory was. What are you talking about? Let's see. Vegetable protein. I'm gonna specify vegetable because fruits don't have protein. Animal protein. So it says, and I'll have to do more research into this. It says animal and vegetable protein offers different benefits and consideration. Animal proteins, like those in meat, eggs, are typically complete proteins, meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids and are easily absorbed by the body. However, they often come with higher levels of saturated fat and cholesterol. I'm not afraid of fat and cholesterol. Plant proteins is what I should have said. I should have said plant proteins. I said vegetable proteins, but okay, they knew what I meant. Plant proteins found in beans, lentils, and tofu. Do you eat tofu? I've never had it. Beans, lentils, and tofu. Is lentil a category or is lentil a specific food item? I thought lentils were beans. They're not? No, they're not beans. They're not beans, no. Plant proteins found in beans, lentils, and tofu offer fiber and phytochemicals, but may be less easily absorbed and sometimes lack a complete amino acid profile. So let's go to vegetable protein. High in fiber. This is under the pros section. High in fiber, often lower in saturated fat and cholesterol. Potential benefits for gut health and heart disease prevention. Cons: can be less easily absorbed, may require combining different sources to get all essential amino acids. Examples: beans, lentils, tofu, nuts, seeds, grains. But it doesn't tell me what combination of plant foods. Like, give some examples. What I'm looking for is, I'm tired. Oh God. What I'm looking for is, okay, so it says animal proteins typically have complete proteins in all 9 amino acids. I would need to know what those are, and then how do you get those same 9 on a plant-based diet? That's what I'm looking for. But it looks like I'm gonna have to dig further, because it's not in the short AI explanation. I would need to know how do you get all 9 on a plant-based diet. You know, if you hardcore that only use salt, that sounds like a miserable life. I'm sorry. Seasonings are the best. Only salt in your food? Okay, have fun. You're missing out. It's interesting to be in a household where one person is eating plant-based and the other is not. My ex-spouse had a major issue with me eating plant-based even though I didn't push it their way. Yeah, I don't understand the issue with how someone else eats. I used to feel that way years ago. But I don't feel that way now. I don't care, like, how you eat ain't my concern. But like I said, my Uber driver was trying to, like, judge me. And I'm like, you got the right one, because I'm going to go back and forth with you. You're not going to judge me. If you're going to judge me, then I'm going to judge you right back. Quinoa, hemp seeds, chia seeds, nutritional yeast. Okay. Yeah, I would just have to, I would have to find out what combination of foods would get you all 9 amino acids. And what the 9 amino acids are, if they have names. I'm assuming they have names. Let me see, 9 essential amino acids. And for example, like, I have a low fiber diet because I don't eat produce. I don't eat a lot of it. I keep saying I don't eat it at all, but I don't eat it. Like, it's almost like I don't eat it at all. So I'm not about to pronounce all of that, but I get the gist. I have a low fiber diet, and I'm okay with having a low fiber diet because I don't feel like I need fiber. Now, some of this may just be my things that I've learned from carnivore and keto. So yes, I do have more of a carnivore keto style mindset when it comes to that. Except on keto, they do eat produce. They eat a lot. People that do keto responsibly eat a lot of produce. That's why I like to say I lean more toward carnivore, because carnivores don't eat it at all. But I'm not carnivore because I do eat some produce. I eat potatoes a lot. I eat bread. I eat seeds. I eat peanut butter. So I'm fine. I'm fine being in the middle. I don't need to be on either extreme. And then my follow-up question would be like, why does one group feel the need? So the ethical vegans, I already know it's how you feel about animals. So ethical vegans can't really answer anything beyond that. But for the health conscious vegans or carnivores, what is it about excluding the whole entire other food group that makes you feel like that's the healthiest option? Because I honestly feel like the healthiest people are somewhere in the middle. And that the vegan and carnivore would be two extremes. Doesn't mean that they're wrong. It just means that like total restriction of one food group outside of sugar, I don't see a need for it. But that doesn't mean it's a wrong way to live. I just would like, for the people that feel like, oh no, it's like there are some vegans that feel like it's unhealthy to eat meat. There are carnivores that feel like it's unhealthy to eat produce. And they have all types of reasons why they feel like that. Doesn't mean that they're wrong. I just feel like when you try to apply that to the broader population, that's where I start having some criticisms. So for example, like a vegan saying that people don't need meat, I would have a conversation about that or a debate about it. A carnivore saying people don't need produce, I'm more inclined to lean toward. But also acting like they're gonna die if they eat it is like, no. Like, you can have produce if you want it. I'm not convinced we need it, but you're probably in better shape having both food groups, plant-based foods and animal-based. You're probably in better shape. Not you, but like people that do both are probably in better shape from my perspective. And I don't see how excluding anyone is best overall, if that makes sense. It's an elitist mindset. What did I just say that made you say that? I'm lost. It's an elitist mindset. To which part? About feeling like the other food groups should be excluded? I know that I was an unhealthy vegan, so that's why I don't subscribe to that. That's why you don't subscribe to people. I'm lost. I was so busy talking, like I forgot the point. Well, not that I forgot the point, but I'm a little lost as to which part you're responding to. But that's me being lost in my own talking. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. People, I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think it's that big of a deal to choose the way you want to eat, as long as it ain't the standard American diet, which is what I eat. I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it here. Like, do I think I would be better off if I had a balance of animal-based and plant-based? Yes. But do I feel like it would be so much more better that it's worth me forcing more plant-based items into my life? No. Like, I think that I will be okay without having a balance of plant-based foods added into my life. But I still want to, because I think the answer is in the middle. I think the answer is to just be, for me, I think the answer is to just be in the middle. Before starting sharing, I was consuming a lot of processed plant-based foods, like Impossible Burgers, etc. And sometimes I wonder if it's better to just have the regular thing. So much goes into products to try to make them. Yeah, I forgot about the Impossible meats. That's another thing I didn't understand about the vegan thing. I'm like, just have a burger. Why are you going out? You just said burgers are a problem, okay? Fine, I'll give you burgers are a problem. Why are you going out of your way to replace the burger? Let it go. You gave it up. You gave the burger up. I have that problem with gluten free. Like, so when I buy something that's gluten free, it's because I'm trying to limit a reaction as much as possible, not because I wouldn't rather just have the original thing. Like, I would rather have regular pizza over gluten free pizza, but I'm gonna suffer if I choose the regular pizza, and sometimes I just choose to suffer. But ideally, overall, I would rather just have a gluten-free life, and I would like to have replacements for things that I typically would like a cookie, like cake, like a brownie, like pizza, like a cracker. What else is gluten? I don't really get into like the buns and the sandwich bread and all that. I would buy sliced gluten-free bread every now and again for like a grilled cheese or something. I don't think everything needs to be replaced for me as far as gluten-free, but I try different things just in case I want it. I have the option, but eating gluten-free items, processed foods on a day-to-day is not for me. So that would be the equivalent to eating Impossible meats every day. No, it's not for me. It was terrible. The ultra-processed plant-based options are just as unhealthy as the regular ultra-processed ones. Yeah, let's just put all the ultra-processed foods under one umbrella. Let's just put them all in one category, because ultra and processed are two things that shouldn't go together. But they do. All right. So it's going on 1:30 here. Got about an hour and a half before I have to start work. So I'm going to get back to my house, sit and get these dogs up for a walk, and then get ready for work. I guess I didn't get a chance to wash my hair. So I'm probably just going to take my shampoo with me and wash my hair there. But I have no idea. I'm still in busy mode. I'm still getting my apartment together. I'm looking like, what are you doing? So we are still discombobulated for at least another week, okay? So bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. And if you send me an email, I will see it. Anybody, but the likelihood that I will respond to it right away is slim. Because I'm like, okay, mental note, got it. And then I go on to do something else and I forget to respond. But if you have any content ideas or videos that you would like me to review with a heavy dose of satire, I like to sprinkle on the satire. Okay, for those that don't know and think I'm just being mean. So you can email me at vanityreigns@gmail.com. I really appreciated the talk about, I will say body positivity. Lord Lizzo. I appreciated the conversation about keeping a positive mindset, or if you don't already have one, trying to add that into your life. Okay, it's not about being positive all the time. I think that's toxic and weird. You don't need to be positive all the time, but you can't be negative all the time either. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here. I really want to take a nap. I'm really tired. Like, I really wish I could go to sleep. I really wish I could just go to sleep, but I can't. I gotta work. All right. So I will touch base with y'all. Oh, so I didn't get to do my 24-hour fast this week. I will be starting my week over Tuesday, so I will be incorporating a 24-hour fast this week. You know what I mean? Like later this week. And I took my injection today, so I'm pretty good on satiety. Other than that, I'm pretty straight. I'm cool. We're gonna see if I can get this to milligram before I go on my trip, all right? So don't be shy. Make a post in the community section of my channel. What? You wanna come do that on camera?
No.
Oh, okay. It's like you dancing, like, so come over here and dance. Oh, like and subscribe. My boyfriend says like and subscribe. Yes, because I should have remembered to say that, but I forgot. And I will see you all in the next one. Thank y'all. Bye, Taisha. Bye, Delilah. Bye, Teddy. Bye, Jen. Bye, Renee. Bye, Reindeer. Bye, bye, bye. I'll see y'all in the next one, all right? Thank y'all.